Hello everyone, welcome on this Sunday morning. My name is Nobody and I'm going to be casting this King of the Realm best of 7 matchup. First match is going to be Arabia, and I believe this is the semifinals if I'm not mistaken. I just jumped in here and I saw this going on Googly, so a little as lost as you are, but this is kind of intriguing, which is why I wanted to cast these games. And Sunday morning. So we have Mr. Yo and TaToH. And the King of the Realms tournament uses a mod called Realms Mod, which adds a bunch of new civs to the civ pool. We have Mr. Yo playing as the Chimus, and we'll go over their civ bonuses in a second. And TaToH's playing as the Aztecs, so the Aztecs are pretty classic. I believe this is, if I'm not mistaken, Age of Conquerors Aztecs. We'll check in just a second once we catch up. We have a little bit of power rush coming from Mr. Yo. And this is where we're at right now. So pretty easy to understand where we're at in the game. We have a Men-at-Arms tower rush from Mr. Yo. He's taking a little stone. He's got 2 towers up, neither of which is particularly devastating. TaToH's kind of ignoring it, and he's got nice food economy, nice wood economy, nice gold economy, and he's going with an archer range of blacksmith. In fact, he might even be going up with a fast castle if I check his resources. TaToH, no he's not, because he's got all this military out on the field. He's got some men-at-arms of his own, he's got an archer, eagle warrior, and might be able to do a little bit of damage onto this wood line. That's not very nice for Mr. Yo. Yeah, it could do a lot of damage on that wood line actually if Mr. Yo doesn't have good towers on it, as that wood line starts to thin out. So Mr. Yo, his map is pretty terrible, that's why he's gone for the strategy, I assume. His woods are terrible. And so far, I think a little bit of advantage to TaToH. At least he's taken down, I think, the barracks, which is a little bit something. His villagers are idle right now. Get like that up. So give me a moment, please. There we go. Alright, there we go. So my chat is now up. If he said anything prior to this, I have not seen it. Alright, tower coming up. Oh boy! Okay, it's got a little bit of HP on it. He'll be fine. TaToH's definitely got an advantage in the situation. And his economy hasn't been damaged at all. He's got nice thick wood lines. Nice, even has an extra gold in the back. Better farming eco. When you go with the tower rush, you want to do some damage, and this really isn't enough damage. He's taken out a few houses, taken some deer, but that's really not enough to justify the villager time, taking stone. But Mr. Yo is bound to go behind in this game anyway because his map was so bad, but his wood economy is terrible. So now that we have this little break in the action, both players will be thinking about going into the next stage. Mr. Yo is going to try to catch up in the archer department. Rare box formation for TaToH, wow. Let's take a look at the civilizations. First, TaToH, he's playing as the Aztecs. I just want to see if this is AOC Aztecs or Age of Rajas Aztecs. Start with plus 50 gold. This is Age of Rajas Aztecs. Mr. Yo, he's playing as this new civ called the Chimus. This mod, I believe, adds about, I don't know, 18 new civilizations. Takes a lot of the Age of Rajases and kind of redoes a lot of them. So I think the Vietnamese are not exactly the same as in the Age of Rajas. This is not going to do anything, I bet. And let's take a look at the civilization. We can spend a little bit of time here. I bet those men-at-arms will just run back. Let me just be sure. Yeah, there we go. Castle Age coming in for TaToH, so nothing's going to be going on here. So for this civilization, the Chimus, infantry +1, +0 armor. So that's very good. But then they get +1/+1 castle age. The pierce arm is really more important. And the +2/+1, so it's a little confusing. They get both armors, but they get more melee armor, and this is a Meso civilization which only gets the Eagle Warrior upgrade, which is very unique. I like that idea. But that means their Castle Age Eagle Warriors, yeah, are going to be very strong, as you said in the chat. Masonry architecture are free. Okay, unique. Repairers work 2 times faster. Very unique. That could certainly have implications on the game. Wow. Villagers move 10% faster, like the Berbers bonus. That's not too impactful, really. Don't know about their unique unit. Increased building, garrison room, so a little bit of defensive civilization. I'm not sure if that would impact the game at all. Skirmishers move faster, +10 HP. That is a huge bonus. Just all skirmishers? Wow. Including the feudal age one. That is incredible. That's an incredibly strong bonus. Blacksmiths work faster, not a big deal. I'm made a look at the infantry bonus, the repairer bonus, and the skirmisher bonus, but it's a unique tech. You look at their tech tree, no arbalest. No gunpowder, of course. No cavalry archer. No nightline, actually. Okay, so they're kind of like, they're a meso-civilization, definitely. Really, I'm looking at the Castle Age Eagle Warrior, which probably drops off at the elite Eagle Warrior. They're a champion in their halberdier line because of these extra armor upgrades. Not enough pierce armor to make the champion or halberdier arrow resistant, though, like the Malians. Or monk line. Let's see what this guy's got. So I assume he gets his bonuses as well. High HP for an infantry. Average cost, attack 10, two nice armor for an infantry unit. Well-rounded heavy infantry unit with a large attack bonus versus buildings. So this is a stronger champion. That's all you have to know about it. A way heavier armored and more HP champion. That's a pretty strong unit, I must say. And their siege is pretty lackluster. Okay. Nothing else unusual there. So they're a very infantry-focused civilization, with also a focus on the skirmishers, kind of like the Aztecs, but not exactly. Now, TaToH, of course, knows the civilization. So if I was TaToH, I'd be thinking the same thing. I'd be thinking, I don't want to see those Castle Age Eagle Warriors from the Chivas. Let's go into Long Swordsmen. So already with this Realms model, we've already seen a little bit of difference in the meta here. Long Swordsmen are a pretty rare sight to see in Age of Rogers and Age of Conquerors. But we're going to see them in this game, which I would love to see. Oh boy, that's that would have been a good tower. But sadly, that's not going to get up. And yeah, these men-at-arms, they're a little more beefier. I wouldn't want to have them attack crossbows though with only one additional pierce armor. Game sounds are quite loud. My apologies. Let me know if that's any better. If not, I could turn it down even more. So please let me know. Siege Workshop is coming up now. And of course, this Men-at-Arms are not going to get anything. Not looking so good for Mr. Yo. I think a Mangonel would be very good. You know, behind the walls here, maybe even a Scorp. Okay, it's not going to work. Skirmishers. Yeah, so Skirmisher only has 30 HP. Doesn't have 40 HP. A little confused. I'm just going to check that bonus one more time. Oh, it's a unique tech. That's why. That makes sense. Yeah, that would be OP in the early game, obviously. But here's the strong Eagle Warriors. Extra pierce armor that makes them extremely arrow resistant. Extra melee armor in there too. There's come on, get in! Oh man, still a hole there, but yeah, it's gonna get filled. That would have been a huge raid for TaToH. He's just kind of wasting a little bit of time in this area. Still gonna be a big hassle to have to repair all of this, but you know, that could have been a game-changing raid. And already it's kind of making their economy very messy. And gonna take out all three Mangonels, wow! Mr. Yo, he's getting back in this game. Just with some excellent plays. The Eagle Warriors from TaToH. So it took out 3 Mangonels. Gonna make this economy very messy. That said, Mr. Yo's economy is very messy as well. At least he can get back onto his wood line. That's very crucial. I would wall that up ASAP. So what's TaToH going to do? Is he going to continue to push? He's down a Mangonel on this side, or is he going to go back home? The thing is, both these players are a little bit stuck. I mean, I think Mr. Yo is definitely going to have the advantage here in a second, because TaToH needs to start pumping Long Swordsman to be the counter to the Eagle Warrior. Obviously, with all this pierce armor, crossbows are not going to work. And you have limited options as Aztec since you don't have cavalry. But Long Swordsmen are very expensive on the food. This is maybe enough to sustain production from one barracks, which is not going to be sufficient. So you're not going to see TaToH dropping down any town centers anytime soon, which is a big problem for him. Well, he might be over here, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to produce from it. And the problem is the Long Swordsmen are still pretty slow. Oh, is there a best of 21 today? Does anyone know when the best of 21 is today? I have no clue. I didn't know there was a best of 21. I'll have to check the calendar again. Do you mind if you could elaborate on who's playing the best of 21? 16 GMT. Okay, so noon. Mr. Yo gonna run back with his Eagle Warriors. A few upgrades coming in. TaToH, interestingly, getting Arson. Arson is, of course, an offensive upgrade, so actually he's just going to want it for these towers. Honestly, you need to get the defense upgrade, too, if you're going to be taking arrow fire, but it doesn't look like he is. We'll be taking out those towers. That'll help TaToH's economy. Villager number right now is 10 ahead for TaToH, though. That's why it's taken him so long for Mr. Yo to get back in the score lead. I like his army composition a lot better. Remember, for the Chimus, they don't get the Eagle Warrior upgrade, so they're much stronger in Castle Age than they are in Imperial Age. That must be, that definitely has to be taken into consideration. What is Mr. Yosef? No, Mr. Yo is not the Chinese. He's the Chimus. As, obvious by kind of all the Eagle Warriors that are running around on the field. Okay. This is the Realms mod. It is a mod to add a bunch of new civilizations to the game. I know a lot of you are coming in because I just started casting in the middle of the game, so that makes sense. So, Mr. Yo thinking very aggressively here. He's going to get the Siege Workshop. This is the problem with longswords, yeah. They're not good against what they counter, and they're not good when your opponent makes the counter to them either, so... And this might be the end of the game here. This is just units streaming all across the map for Mr. Yo. Even a Mangonel coming in. One of the spectators saying the Chimus are pretty OP. They don't get an eco bonus, I believe. Their villagers move faster, but that's not really a good eco bonus. Unlike most of the other civilizations. Should have gone for the crossbows. That's a little bit of a shame. And of course, TaToH built his barracks forward, so he's gonna... Oh, that would have been a nice catch. But no, he's got to bring his longswordsman back. Let me turn chat off. Is this a castle? No, it's a siege workshop. That's unfortunate. Oh, the rare tracking upgrade coming in. So his longswordsman can actually see where they're going. And we're just at a little bit of a standstill here until we get a little more siege from Mr. Yo. Once Mr. Yo has a little more siege, he's going to start to pressure the town center. This is a very difficult army composition to deal with. I don't see longswordsmen working here. For the Aztecs, I would go... I mean, if you go pure Eagle Warrior, then Mr. Yo's kind of has your number with Eagle Warriors with more armor. So I don't think there's a better army composition that TaToH can make. One more hit, one more hit! Oh, I was trying to kill the villager. That tower would be very useful. Could gear some archers in it later. And let's see if these Eagle Warriors are going to be able... See these archers really not able to do anything with that extra pierce armor. Oh, man! That castle would have been so much better here. Yeah, that castle's not going to win you the game. Especially if it doesn't get up, though. Yeah, this is going to be GG right here. This castle is not going to get up. And TaToH should know that. I mean, just look at the map control. There's just units streaming all across the map. Alright, so that castle's not going to get up. This town center is still going down. What is this villager doing? He thinks he's brave. Well, the good thing about Realms mod is that it's only a mod, so if a civilization is broken, not a huge deal. Because you could play the regular game, of course. But yeah, these Eagle Warriors are super strong. Now, honestly, the best counter to them would probably be cavalry. Or the longswordsmen, assuming you didn't go into crossbow, or assuming longswordsmen were actually good at what they were doing. But of course, the Aztecs don't get any bonuses to their longswordsmen, or get cavalry. So this is a pretty tough situation. Most of these eagles are low, though, so they will go down, probably. Nice trade. Interestingly, TaToH still has the villager lead. He's up by 10, although it's kind of hard to tell if you're not looking at the overlay. Redemption coming. Oh my god, that could have been a huge hit. Silver Wolf. Huh. Interesting. The splits. That Mangonel was already on low HP. Just get one more hit. Oh, nice hit. Okay, gonna take out 4 crossbows. Yeah. Mangonel's worth about 4 crossbows. Actually, I think it's worth like 6. Castle coming up. That castle is... it's a pretty decent position. I'm gonna just take away some space and some stone. Nothing else other than that. So this crossbow's gonna run back. TaToH needs to stay here for a little bit longer. And is TaToH building another castle? I see it on my overlay, but I don't know where. Or maybe that's old. Oh, here's another castle from TaToH. This is gonna be a massacre. That's not gonna be so good. It's gonna be close. Gonna have to be very careful with the villagers. Okay, they can barely reach. That's good. That's good. This castle will get up. Minimal villager losses. There you go. Okay, so that does secure 2 golds. So TaToH's gonna have enough gold. Imperial Age for Mr. Yo, though. Now, what does Imperial Age get you with the Chimus? Not too much, as a matter of fact. It'll get you trebuchets, that's the most important thing. It'll get you an extra 1 melee armor. No Arbalest. That's about it, unless he wants to transition to champions. And that all depends on Mr. Yo's resources, in my opinion. But he's gonna go out with the trebuchet first. And TaToH's going the Imperial Age, so this is a little interesting. I mean, look at the villager numbers right now. It's a 10 villager difference. These villagers look pretty safe. More barracks from TaToH. We know that TaToH has a better Imperial Age army. So this is pretty interesting. Now, these castles, they do benefit from free masonry and architecture. That could be the difference in a trebuchet war. But Mr. Yo needs to make sure to get the university to benefit from those upgrades. Those free upgrades. But at the very least, TaToH has a castle advantage, 2-1. Or 2-2, actually. I'm not sure where the other castle is from Mr. Yo. Maybe he placed it at home? Yeah, he did. That's a good idea. However, I didn't take into account the Chamorro warrior. I don't see them being too much of a factor in this game because, again, you have the Jaguar warrior for the Aztecs. And it looks like it's going to be Eagle Warriors from TaToH. So the elite Eagle Warriors should definitely be stronger than the Chimu's Castle Age Eagle Warrior. I think that's for sure. TaToH has tons of gold. He's got this secured on the left side. We turned on this monowire. Eagle's broken in it. That's a good question. There's a tournament for the realm spot. That's why. And these barracks are unfortunately going to get cleaned up. If I was TaToH, I'd maybe build them out inside. There's nice gold here. That would be good for some map control. There are other golds on the side. There's a stone here. And Mr. Yo's already taken this gold, which is pretty good for him. But there we go. Imperial Age. For both players, actually. Trebuchet's already out for Mr. Yo. So he's going to work on these castles a bit. I still see no university and no upgrades for Mr. Yo. And card. Elite Eagle Warrior coming in. So there's a few of these Chamorro warriors, but not too many. They're pretty slow, though. So they're about the same speed as champions. Again, I think they're a beefier champion. They're pretty good looking. Nice little raid. That's going to even up the villager numbers, but both players are at 120, so they're not too concerned. I don't know why I'm going back here. I'm going to take out both trebuchets. That trebuchet is going to hit one of these warriors in the head. And it's looking pretty good for TaToH right now. So somehow TaToH being able to hold, I didn't think he was going to be able to. Able to get both those castles up, that was a clutch move from him. Both those castles were pretty close to being denied. Unfortunately, he's really missing this raiding on the right side. Grubby camels coming in. Nope, that's a bug. That's probably the unique tech though for Mr. Yo. Let me just check. It's castle hockey. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, there we go. Elite Chamor Warrior. However, he's only gonna have 2 castles. So where's the second castle? That's very important. So these guys are super strong. Look at this. 80 HP, 14 attack. Compare that to a champion. 1 more attack, 10 more HP, about the same movement speed, maybe a little bit slower. 2 extra melee armor, and what? 3 extra melee armor and 3 extra pierce armor. When you take into account that bonus. So these are pretty strong units. I wouldn't have them go against archers, but they're very strong. And I think this is where the game is at. Is TaToH going to be able to counter these Chamor warriors from 2 castles? Now I would go down the Aztec, what is it called? Jaguar warrior. I would go down that line and see how they do. Okay, so they're very strong against eagles. Took that guy out in no time. Meso-Teutonic Knights. Okay, they'd get very lucky here and take that one out. So very slow. Okay, so I think TaToH has definitely a window of opportunity here, as TaToH definitely doesn't have a counter to this unit. Now, for TaToH to be able to upgrade Elite Jaguar Warrior, yeah, he could upgrade it right now, and I think time is of the essence. So I would go with that right away. Here comes those Chamor Warriors. They could theoretically go for the castle. TaToH's chosen to move out. I'm gonna try to pick off a few of these as they come out. You can see how high their armor is, though, just by battle. Being completely surrounded, and they're still able to survive in there for a little bit. Luckily, the Eagle Warriors are much faster. They do have Garland Wars already. And Blast Furnace will be coming in, so they hopefully will be doing a little more damage. Jaguar Warriors being produced, but we need to see the Elite upgrade. TaToH should have enough stone for 1 more castle in just a minute. He really needs it right now, especially if this town center is going to get battered down. TaToH, you need to run with your villagers, man. It is ridiculous armor, yes it is. And luckily this castle is going to get denied, but should bring some more villagers over. That's a very good castle though. Try to box TaToH in. Remember, Mr. Yo has access to this extra gold. He's starting to mine that one out. He's actually found the stone too. And he was mining this gold here. So TaToH will lose this game if nothing changes as far as the position of the players. And he'll lose this game fast if Mr. Yo is mining all 3 extra resources and raiding his economy. We have some regular Jaguar Warriors. They have a lot of damage. The Elite upgrade grants you 15 extra HP, which is a big deal. 1 armor. And a little bit extra bonus attack as well. What is the special thing about Epalunids? There's really nothing special about them other than their base stats. They have an attack bonus versus building, so again, think of them as a beefed up champion. So, we mentioned before that TaToH has some mobility. I haven't seen him raid that much though. He was trying to pick off some of these Chamor warriors as they came out of the castle, and that really didn't work too well. As his Eagle warriors pretty much thinned out. He's going to run into a castle as well. Luckily, TaToH does have a good massive Jaguar warriors. He's chosen to make as many as he can as opposed to getting the Elite upgrade. I can't argue with him there. That Elite upgrade would do him so much good, though. Mr. Yo's still not getting his university techs. They're free as long as he has a university. The masonry and architecture upgrade, so that's unfortunate for him. Not using his civilization to the best use. But the big problem for TaToH right now, I mean, he needs enough loot to upgrade to Elite, for one. Actually getting Bracer, which costs 300 food. He's trying to protect his trebuchet. But I don't think that's good use of resources. His biggest problem right now is his gold. And his food, to be honest. It's all pretty bad. But he's, this 1.3k gold, aside from that one relic, that's gold pile is not going to be going up, whereas Mysterio is still mining gold and stone. And look at their attack bonus versus buildings, that's huge. That castle's going down extremely fast. Wow. So that attack bonus might be more than champions. That was pretty ridiculous. So we've only got one castle from TaToH now. Second castle coming up, but this trebuchet's already here. Oh no. They eat castles like Tarkins, yes they do. It's good for you. Good nutrition. I would be shocked if the Chamorro Warrior won here, but... yeah, trebuchets are already deployed. TaToH cannot afford to lose another castle. But there's nothing here to really stop this. They're gonna go back onto the castle. The Eagle Warriors should lose this fight, to be honest. They're gonna try to run past and go straight for the trebuchets. That castle's gonna go down anyway. 90 HP. I'm gonna try to repair it. The Eagles are not even gonna get... are they gonna get the last trebuchet? Gonna be close. No, one of them's still up. That's GG right there. So that castle should go down. What a waste of stone. TaToH still can't afford his elite Jaguar Warrior upgrade. He has only one relic. No gold income right now. He's down to half the gold he was a few minutes ago. Well, there we go. At least we got the Jaguar Warrior upgrade. But you're not going to be able to make too many more without any gold. And right now, Trebuchet just going to set up shop on this last castle. Maybe if we're lucky, we get to see the elite Jaguar Warriors, how many they can take on of these Chamorro Warriors. Trying to get a few conversions to hopefully help out. And there we go, fully upgraded Jaguar Warriors. They should dominate, in theory. Now, of course, all, well, okay. Mysterio doesn't really get a counter to Jaguar Warriors, but there you go, GG. So the late game army, I think Jaguar Warriors would have definitely, could have swung the game for TaToH, but at this stage, he's too far behind. Maybe he could win a fight, maybe he couldn't, but his economy is too small right now, and he's out of gold. So he's not able to really carry on anyway, even if he were to win a fight. So good game for Mysterio. Certainly we saw a lot of the strengths of the Chimus. Their Eagle Warriors are pretty ridiculous, and their Chamorro Warriors pretty ridiculous. But that said, they don't have a lot of versatility, as TaToH's got the counter, but however, the game's already won. Nice move for Mysterio to take all the extra resources on the map. And I think this was game 1, so we should be going to game 2. There we go. Let's back out. So I'm not too familiar with this tournament. I just got in. I'm looking at the description of the game. Game 1 is Arabia. So assuming this was not a home map, that means we should be going to game 2. We just need to see Make Teutons great again. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. So too. Why does China need stronger infantry? Chimus, not Chinese. So this should be game 2. Game 2 is Regicide Fortress. Chimus, not Chinese. And ignore everything you see on the screen right now. I can, in fact, edit some of this out. At the moment. And I noticed this mod does turn off the game music, so I will try to remedy that. How does the game sound now? Is it better? I heard that it was too low earlier, or too high earlier. and they're waiting to start the game right now. Hopefully they get started sooner rather than later. Let's change some of this around. Okay, so I'll let you know as soon as they start the countdown. Thanks everyone for joining me on this lovely Sunday. Wow, 108 viewers. I haven't even... Did I get hosted or something? Wow. I don't know what's casting on Sundays. That's a little unfortunate. Sundays, there's actually a lot of good games always going on Voobly. So if you can, if you hop on Voobly any Sunday morning, there's always some professional playing. So I just did that this morning and I saw this tournament was going on and decided I wanted to cast it. Where can you find the score sheet of this tournament? Any information on any tournament is always on AOE Zone. I can link it for you if you like. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the bracket. Appreciate it. And apologies for editing this where you guys can see, but I'm not the best at OBS. Anyone that watches me knows that. Fancy tricks here. Hope to make up for it with some good casting. That's it from Spain. Here we go. We got a scoreboard going now. I'm gonna hop back over here so I can add the scoreboard. Bear with me, please. Add the rules to the bottom here. So we're just waiting for them to start the game. Hopefully we'll be a few minutes. This should again be Regicide Fortress. And yes, this is the game too. No problem, Europe. I'll ask my future self. Alright. Game 2, Regicide Fortress. Let's see what game 3 for 5 will be. Game 3 is Hayton. Never heard of the map, but I'm looking forward to it. I assume there's some mountains in it. I remember the scenario Horns of Hayton in the Saladin campaign. And some mountains in it. 50 seconds and we'll be starting. And game 4 is home map. I'll fill that out a little bit later. For now, I'm going to play the Age of Empires soundtrack. That is way too loud, I know. Okay. Let me know how the sounds are, as I can't hear it on your end, and I'll adjust them as needed. The game sounds, the music, and my voice. Hello everyone, and welcome to Game 2 of this Realms mod tournament. This is a tournament to highlight the Realms mod, which was made by someone, and someone endorsed it. So here we are, watching the tournament. And that is the worst intro to any tournament that any caster has given, but let's proceed. So we have Mr. Yo playing as the Mayans, and TaToH playing as the Mayans as well. I do have to check because I can't trust the overlay, really. So nothing really special about this matchup. Let's check the tech tree. I want to see if there's any differences in this mod. Resources last 15% longer, same thing. Obsidian, arrows, Eagle Wars, walls cost 50% less. Nothing unusual here. Tech trees look the same. That's about it. So yeah, so nothing particularly unusual. This is just a regular Age of Rajas matchup on Regicide Fortress. So Mayans are one of the strongest Regicide Fortress civilizations. You start out with a castle, so obviously you want a strong, unique unit that can propel you into the Imperial Age as well. And the Plumed Archers certainly can do that. You might want a good economy so that those boars, these farms, everything lasts longer. The Mayans have that as well. And the Mayans very much, I mean, this is kind of like an arena style, so if you're able to build 2 or 3 more castles, they'll certainly do you a lot of good as far as map control. So, for example, say you want to put a castle on the hills here. That hill... Really, that's the big hill of this game. So say you want to put a castle here and here, those castles will do you a lot of good as far as map control, just due to the way these arena-type maps play out. So the Mayans are very strong picks. Sometimes you see Chinese or Spanish as well. Again, for strong unique units, strong eco bonuses, and pretty good versatility as well. But nope, this is going to be a Mayans mirror matchup. Both players are probably going to be heading to Feudal Age pretty soon. You start out with extra villagers, not only because you're Mayans, but because it's Regicide. You also start out with Regicide resources. Extra wood, extra gold, extra food, but less stone, oddly enough. TaToH's going to be up to the next age. That Eagle Warrior, not going to really take any hits. The TaToH's going to go up, interestingly enough, on 23 population. 1 for his scout, 1 for his king, of course. And Mr. Yo is going to go up on 24 population. So let's see who has a cleaner build. They both go up on the same time, then good on Mr. Yo. He'll have a little more resources to play with an extra villager. Let's take a look at their scouting. TaToH has scouted this much, and I think he's already put his king in his castle, doesn't want to risk anything. You can use the king to scout out a little more if he wants. I would do that, certainly. And Mr. Yo has seen about the same. Hasn't found his opponent yet, but doesn't really matter on Regicide's Fortress. I think the only thing that really matters is scout your outside resources. Obviously, Mr. Yo will need to know that he's going to build town centers out in this area. And the big thing, you might see it, but you kind of have to process it also. This is the biggest hill in this game. Whoever places a castle and holds this hill, I think will win this game. The Viper is pretty well known for his Regicide playstyle, that he really loves those hills, really loves placing castles on those hills, and just holding position until your opponent just starves out of resources. Then you can gain the military advantage and then crush them. So there we go, both players up to the next age. If TaToH's the resources go up straight away, then he should have a small advantage. Otherwise, TaToH should have a small advantage. TaToH's resources are pretty good. Got enough on gold. But TaToH should be up a little bit sooner, so good build for him. Went up with 23 population, I believe. And there we go, up to the castle age. So going to be up a little bit sooner. How are all the settings for you guys in the chat? Let me know. As far as the sound settings and everything. So both players still scouting out a little bit. Let's take a look at, we talked about this huge hill in the middle and how important it'll be. Take a look at some of the resources again. Mr. Yo, a little bit forward here. TaToH will have to build towards the south here. Sometimes you see players walling in their sides of the map if they can. That'll give TaToH a little extra space, but no extra resources, really. We have this gold that's kind of forward, so TaToH's going to place a town center right here. I can almost guarantee it. Otherwise, he's going to be hit by plumed archers. Doing pretty close. So we have these 2 golds in the top part of the map, and this gold, which is somewhat also towards the top part of the map. And in the south part of the map, there are no extra resources, just a few relics. So this map is very middle and top centric. Fletching already coming in for Mr. Think about the plumed archers. And really you make plumed archers because, well, you're going to need them later on in the game. And to obtain some map control. Sometimes you get lucky and get some raids, but not always. If you do have map control, then perhaps you can drop a castle in whatever position you wish, or add a siege workshop. You pile on some pressure. You add some pressure, then you could go up to the next age sooner. Everything runs better for you. There we go. There's that town center we talked about earlier. And TaToH has a little attack advantage here, as his scout is already in the castle age. Mr. Yo gains that attack as well, but it's too late. Good thing for Mr. Yo, TaToH's scout decided to stop chasing. He was tired. He needed a little bit of a breather. Only one extra town center for TaToH, though. Doesn't quite have the resources for the second. Getting bowsaw now. He has the wood. I'm confused as to why he's delaying his second town center. Or his third town center. Mr. Yo adding a second town center. I have no third town center for each of these players. Maybe it's because they went up so fast. But Mr. Yo doesn't have the wood for it. Oh, there you go. That's great. Able to take out a scout. That's awesome news. So Conquerors coming in for Mr. Yo. It's a very expensive upgrade at this stage of the game. Although an upgrade that gets you quite a bit. Do we have a third town center coming up for TaToH? Yeah. So this is the difference right now. Mr. Yo is investing into Conquerors. TaToH's investing into Fletching right now, but he had enough resources to afford his third town center earlier. Now, let's see if Mr. Yo can make use out of this extra 2 range. It's going to be extra 1 range. But now an extra armor. Now he can range this wood line. That'll be annoying. Can't really range this wood line. Well, hopefully TaToH will go over there, but this is not a fight that TaToH can take. Gonna try to get that scout, but it's just gonna take a few extra arrows. So there is absolutely no way, with 1 less attack, 1 less range, that TaToH can engage these plumed archers. So Mr. Yo has the map control. The question is, what can he do with that? Oh, he's forcing TaToH to get loom. That's not really a huge deal. TaToH, meanwhile, is mining a bunch of extra stone quite early at this stage of the game. Luckily, the mines have a pretty good economy, but it's kind of hard to sustain villager production when you just assign your third town center straight away to stone. Stone is kind of a drain on your economy. Now, this will be nice if you can get 1 or 2 villagers. No, not gonna happen. Oh! Gonna get blocked? Oh, that woman, she killed him. Blocked him. That's pretty nice. Oh, that is a great pickup from TaToH, though. That is a great pickup for TaToH. So, Mr. Yo has the map control. Going to drop a siege workshop, but no, it's going to get denied. This is going to waste quite a bit of time for Mr. Yo. That's a good play from TaToH. I mean, TaToH's not planning on doing any damage with these plumed archers. He just kind of wants to know what's going on. And luckily was able to find that villager. That is a pretty lucky and a pretty pro play from TaToH. Now Conquerors coming in for him, so he's going to mitigate that disadvantage. So far, TaToH survived with only 1 villager loss. He's up by 6 villagers now. So far, TaToH in the lead in this game, in my opinion. Just that decision to get the third town center out earlier as opposed to... Oh, he's going to pick off the villager again! Oh, but he's misclicked. Yeah, she's going to get him. Yeah, nice advantage for TaToH. Just better decision making at the very beginning, going with the third town center instead of Conquerors. Picking off the villagers. I mean, they both have their mangonels out at the same time when really Mr. Yo should have had his mangonel out sooner. Interesting decision for Mr. Yo getting leather archer armor. Again, it's not the cheapest upgrade in the world. It doesn't give you the best benefit, but it'll certainly make your plumed archers better against your opponent's plumed archers. And this hill is pretty crucial. You can get a mangonel on top of it. Oh boy! Oh, that was another good trade for TaToH. So Mr. Yo's investing all of this, these resources into his military, but really has nothing to show for it yet. TaToH's gonna repair that mangonel. Right now, villager lead is now up to 10. Mr. Yo's gonna have to start making some plays. Luckily, Mr. Yo does still have a military advantage as well as the upgrade advantage. But he's gotta do something with it. We have 2 mangonels on a hill. Are we gonna see some very excellent micro? This is a good fight. 3 plumed archers for nothing. Oh, but it's gonna take 2 huge shots! Wow! They traded 3 plumed archers for 4 plumed archers. There's even a scorpion being added in. Outpost coming up. Castle's ready. Those villagers were mining stone from very early on. Castle on that crucial hill. And good. Wow. Okay. So this is Mr. Yo's chance. He has to deny this castle to make good use out of his military, but it's going to be too late. 50% up. It's not going up that fast, but I'm scared of this Mangonel. And Mr. Yo should have brought his Mangonel forward. Maybe he could have denied it then, but still. That was pretty close. If Mr. Yo had taken one better trade, maybe he would have been able to deny that castle. Oh man, he even losing the Mangonel. Might even lose a second. So look at the KD ratio of this game. Mr. Yo's been investing so heavily into military from so early on, and yet he still has the worst KD ratio, 9-11. Now, TaToH with the better economy should be able to catch back up in military numbers with the second castle. This is a pretty poor start for Mr. Yo. For this early in the game to be losing by this bad, to have a worse economy, to have a worse military. Now, I would think Mr. Yo should be able to... No, he's not going to be able to go up to the next stage sooner. Wow. So what are the hopes for Mr. Yo? Going to build a forward university, apparently. What is that villager doing? Trying to wall his opponent in. Mr. Yo just looking for some good raids. He's not going to find it. Ballistics, another upgrade for his military. Now, what ballistics costs about 300 wood. Town center costs about 300 wood, so he's choosing to make ballistics instead. Now TaToH has the luxury of being able to move out. Feels pretty safe behind his castle. Try to get some villager kills. And wheelbarrow coming in from TaToH. Now, sometimes when you're in this position, Mr. Yo, only on 2 town centers, he has to spend less food, so sometimes those the more aggressive players are able to click up to the Imperial Age faster as well. We're at a 3rd town center now, but really the food count's not there. The gold is pretty good. Only 400 gold away from the next age. Gonna get a little too close to that castle. See how this fight goes? Ballistics is done. So that's going to even up the KD ratio a little bit. Military count still a little bit ahead from Mr. Yo. That's pretty good considering that second castle's been up for some time. Right now, if I'm Mr. Yo, I would just try to go up to the Imperial Age as fast as possible. Place a castle right there. And again, hold that hill. Still has control of that hill. That Siege Workshop does have a little bit of a presence, as a Mangonel can pop out at any time. However, TaToH is up to the next age much sooner. And Mr. Yo is not really anywhere near that. He's chosen instead to try to build up his economy a little bit. I think that's a bad decision, to be honest. You're already 23 villagers behind. And really, the Bracer upgrade, the Trebuchet, that's really a lot more valuable than getting back in your villager numbers. I don't really know what Mr. Yo can do to come back at this point. A little bit hard. The archers can move back under the castle. Town center coming up on the gold. Mr. Yo sees it. Can deny it. Okay, small positives. But now TaToH can hopefully come back in the technology numbers. Gonna place a castle on this gold. Great decision. I'll get a little closer to gold, but that's okay. They're just roaming around, trying to find something. Mr. Yo gonna pick up some relics, that's good. Will certainly help his economy quite a bit. Don't think it's gonna be game deciding though. Right now it's 3 castles to 1 though. I mean, Mr. Yo, he's got 450 stone. That's not a lot of stone. He's not really mining it too heavily either. I think this Imperial Age might really surprise Mr. Yo. And really highlight to him how far behind he is in this game. And there we go, Imperial Age from TaToH. And we should see trebuchets coming out right away. TaToH gonna sell some resources for the upgrades he needs. A little bit of economy mismanagement for Mr. Yo. He's got way too much gold and not enough food. Here we go, the big upgrades coming in. Bracer, chemistry. TaToH's army is now far superior, and the military numbers have evened out. In fact, they'll be going in TaToH's favor very shortly with 3 castles. Nice little small fight for him. Where's this castle, though? So, this is only the original castle. I guess a small benefit for TaToH is that, for Mr. Yo, is that any trebuchets to come out of the castle won't be able to range his castle. Yeah, TaToH now able to take control of this hill. And we'll use Minion to start attacking the castle. Here we go, trebuchet coming out. Use Yo, no Mr. in the name. A lot of players have different names that they go by. Yo has previously been known as Mr. Yo for many years. So I still call him Mr. Yo because when I first started watching him, that was his name. And I like the name, to be honest. In fact, he's been known by quite a few names as well. No castle coming up. And, of course, this is the money castle. This is the castle which probably won't go down this game. So far up that hill. And this is pretty critical for Mr. Yo. He's going to need that gold later on in the game. He's got plenty of gold right now, but he's going to have to get back onto that gold pretty soon. And it's going to be really hard with that castle right there. See a lot of GGs coming in the chat. Elite Pooped Archer coming in. So right now, for Mr. Yo to come back in this game, he needs to afford every single upgrade that TaToH has afforded up to this point. He needs to somehow win a trebuchet battle when you're down by 3 castles and fighting a castle on a hill. That's not gonna work. I would go with as many rams as you can do. That's what I would do. I would just even at the cost of neglecting my Plumed Archer upgrades, I would try to get the Siege Ram upgrade and build as many rams as possible and hope my opponent doesn't transition soon enough. Because right now we don't see rams from TaToH. And really rams decide the Plumed Archer, who's going to win the Plumed Archer war. So if you're Mr. Yo, you're planning on, you're playing as if TaToH's going to make this mistake, because otherwise you really don't have a chance. But the trebuchet is already coming forward. This trebuchet's in such a good position to take down the castle, 2 siege workshops, that you really have to be able to push this position really, really soon. Castle coming up in the north. Good position, but look at this. TaToH's so smart. Gonna guard those resources with only 2 Plumed Archers. And that castle's going down. It's not even being repaired. There's no way you can really contest this. Just trying to get those ram upgrades in as fast as possible. Mr. Yo has tons of resources to work with, but he's not gonna have any production buildings pretty soon. We're just so far behind. Where did that king go to? That's a good question. Where did the king go? I swear he was here. He was in one of these towers. Oh, he's in that town center now. Pretty much epitomizes Mr. Yo's position, this little screenshot here. And this one too. Going to try to go with the ram train, but even the rams are not strong enough to withstand the plumed archers. There's the GG right there. T-Ram coming in, but it's too little too late. Wow. So, just some small advantages at the very beginning of the game for TaToH, translating to some big advantages. TaToH just sitting back, trying to boom a bit. Luckily took some very good trades in the early game. Eventually, his economy kicked in, able to afford his castles earlier, take good positioning on the field, get the Imperial Age faster, and that's all it was. Mr. Yo investing quite a bit into his military, but never having that really pay off with any good damage. So TaToH going to take this game. So there we go. That's your Regicide Fortress. Let's move on to game 3. And let's change the score here. Score is now 1-1. I'll change it to Yo to be consistent. Thanks everyone for joining me. We have almost 200 viewers. Thank you to everyone. Please do type in the chat and be active in the chat, as I always do appreciate it. That's really the biggest that's the biggest thing I look for a successful stream, is how much chat is going, even as opposed to the viewer numbers. So next map is going to be the custom map Hayton. I think home map of loser would be the game after that. Yeah, loser's home map. Then winner's home map. Yucatan, surprisingly enough, and Migration. Interesting map choices. Such a sexy voice. I hope you're talking to me. Game 7 is Migration. So they'll be starting the game very shortly. I need to take a quick 1-minute break, and we'll be back in the game pretty soon. Alright, games should be starting in a few minutes. Thanks for everyone's help in the chat. So yeah, this is a small little tournament to highlight the Realms mod. And the Realms mod is a mod that adds, I believe, something around the order of like 16 civilizations to the game. And all these civilizations have different unique bonuses. Might not be the most balanced thing in the world, but seeing all of these different bonuses and how they interact is certainly very new. Adds a lot of very interesting to the game. We saw the Chimus in game 1 and how strong they were, even going against the Aztecs. This game 2 has been pretty standard. It's a standard Mayans Regicide Fortress, but the rest of the games, we'll see which civilizations are picked. My description is kind of cutting off here. Alright. Done. So we're on game 3 right now. $19 civs in total. Alright. Thank you. What's this? Wait, what is this game? I'm reading some of the chat in the game lobby, which unfortunately you can't see. Death Counter saying if you want to help the tournament, make a small donation, feel free. You can post that link in the chat. As you can see, we have some pretty good players playing in this tournament, which it's a little bit of a shame we have had more coverage of this tournament. So I assume Death Counter is maybe an administrator here because he seems to know a lot, but Arabia with disabled walls, gates, and towers. Outposts and castles are fair game. So Hayden is Arabia with disabled walls, gates, and towers. Okay. It's interesting. And the game should be starting in just under a minute now. Oh, thank you for hosting the tournament, Death Counter. I'm glad I was able to cast these games. Thank you so much. Our admins, of course. Admin is never a job that gets enough love in any community, really. Hello everyone and welcome to Game 3 of this Realms Mod semi-final matchup between Mr. Yo and TaToH. And where are they going? The Mandikas. They're going to gold straight away, what the hell? So the Realms Mod, if you guys don't already know, is a mod that adds that adds 17 civilizations. I already forgot. 19 civilizations to the game. Or maybe it's 19 civilizations total. I'm not exactly sure. But either way, we have some new civilizations this matchup. The score is currently 1-1. Mr. Yo and Mr. TaToH. And, yeah, so we saw the Chimos in game 1. Hopefully you're a little familiar with them. So let's go to the Mandikas, which are mining gold right away. What in the world? Mandikas! Start with, what in the world? Plus 250 gold, minus 150 food, plus 50 wood? What? Villagers cost 55 gold, return 40 on death? I don't even know how to process this. Camels attack 20% faster. Gold mines last 35% faster. Trade units 2 times speed. Unique unit is a quick infantry. Okay. Unique techs enable gold trickle. Poison arrows, so that's obsidian arrows. Gold miners start revealed. What in the hell? Good arbalest line, good infantry line. Lacking the Halb upgrade, lacking paladin. Standard stuff. Quick infantry, cheap on food, high in gold. Seems to be their theme is gold, gold, gold. Stats are not that impressive except for the Pierce armor is pretty impressive. So I'm not exactly sure what to think. It's like an Eagle Warrior if it's fast. Yeah, fast infantry. It's got to be just exactly like an Eagle Warrior with less melee armor and less HP. Not really by that much. So it's almost exactly like an Eagle Warrior. Salt trade. Price. Missing bracer. Okay. So I really don't even know what to think of the civilization. This is just so outside of what is normal in Age of Empires that I don't even know what to think. So the food is only going to be used for advancing to the next age. It's not going to be used for villagers. Villagers cost gold now. And it makes sense why Mr. Yo has, why Yo, I'm just going to be calling Mr. Yo, there's no way I can get that. Why Mr. Yo has gone to gold right away. And the Chimus, we saw them in game 1. How strong their Eagle Warriors are in Castle Age, I'll review them once more. So infantry +1, 0 in feudal. +1/+1 castle, that's the big one. +2/+1 Imperial Age. Masonry architecture free. Repairers work 2 times faster, very interesting bonus. Villagers move faster, that's like the Berbers bonus. The Chimor Warrior, it's a very strong unique unit, extremely strong. It's like a champion, but stronger. So it's got 10 extra HP, the elite version. 1 extra attack compared to a champion. 2 extra armor, but you get the bonus of the Civ as well, so it ends up being like 3 extra armor. And 3 extra Pierce armor, again with the bonus of the civilization. Although it costs 10 more gold, but it's a super strong unit. Just like the champion. They don't get Arbalest. They interestingly don't get Elite Eagle Warrior, but it's kind of made up for that their Castle Age Eagle Warriors are so strong with +1/+1 armor in the Castle Age. So really, they like the Eagle Warriors in Castle Age. They don't get any special bonuses really in the Dark Age. They're really good in the Castle Age. And then in the Imperial Age, they like to transition their unique unit, the Chamorro Warrior. I don't know what to think of the Mandikas. So the camels are not going to be very useful because the Chimus don't get any sort of cavalry. So that's not going to be useful. Let's check the tech tree one more time. It's so hard to get a grasp of the civilization. So, okay, Arbalest, that's going to be a great option. Cost gold, and should be pretty okay. Champions, maybe we see them. Camels, we won't see them. Even if they do attack faster, I think. Their cavalry can be certainly a legitimate option. So a little bit of versatility. A little bit. World buildership. I'm not even going to go into this. And I assume their unique unit would be used for raiding. Like an Eagle Warrior. Here we go. Feudal Age coming in from Mr. Yo. He's up on 20 population, so that's not too unusual in the world of Age of Empires. I'm going to be peeking over at the resources this whole time, because that is really the most intriguing part of the civilization. How does this villagers cost gold really translate to everything? Stable coming up. So I guess we're going to see a scout rush right away. I gotta check the tech tree more time. It's just so hard. Villagers cost gold, return 40 on death. Gold mines last longer. I think I've got it. Okay, so I wonder, so if gold mines last this much longer, how does that counterbalance with the villagers costing gold? Alright, so we're gonna see some scouts coming out. I just don't know how to balance the economy at all, because we're so used to scout rushes, where we have to have enough food for villagers and for scouts. I don't know how many villagers you need on sheep to maintain a scout rush. That can certainly hurt your gameplay when your opponent's going with very standardized builds and you're still trying to figure it out. But so far, Mr. Yo's done a pretty good job. Just gotta drop off a little bit of food here. I'm gonna get an archery range out very early, actually, for this stage of a scout rush. Normally, you seed up a bunch of farms, and it takes you a while to add your archery range in. You know, TaToH's already got a spearman out. It's got 1 extra melee armor. Not that you're going to want to fight a spearman head-on anyway. And nice walls from TaToH. TaToH's going to go with the Eagle Warriors. Makes sense. They have the extra melee armor again. They don't get the extra pierce armor, though. And they certainly build very slowly. Oh, this is a bad move. Going to take 2 hits from the spearman. I don't know what Mr. Yo was thinking on that one. But TaToH's going to have a nice wall around his base. His gold is still extremely exposed, though. I assume TaToH will wall here. Wood will be safe. Just got to really focus on keeping that gold up. Maybe we'll see a tower from him if he loses map control. Paid off by Cision, yeah. This is not a mod, this is bad. Yeah, this is the new balance patch, obviously. Here we go, archers coming out. So yeah, I just can't tell you how much I'm thrown off by the civilization. One thing that, I mean, you add bonuses to civilizations. There's certain bonuses you add, and there's certain bonuses you don't really add. Even some of the Age of Raja's civilizations, garrison and houses, those are bonuses that kind of push the boundaries a little bit, but having villagers cost gold is just really ridiculous. But fun! Pretty fun in this situation. Oh, that's poor. Yeah, gonna lose a lot of HP there. Now these scouts can be able to engage here. So far, the Mandikas look super strong. because normally you're not able to get out 2 archery ranges this early. Plus, keeping scouts going. The Mr. Yo has a lot of food in the bank. Probably going to want to seed some farms pretty soon. It's so odd. You don't need farms to maintain villager production. You just need gold. And let's see Mr. Yo's Fog Warrior. Yeah, he sees the extra golds on the map already. Interesting. Mendigos would be good on 1 TC maps. I have no clue. I have no clue, man. So already fletching being done. This is such a strong feudal age from Mr. Yo. Pretty crazy. If I were TaToH, I'd get a tower up on this gold ASAP. Luckily, again, TaToH has the luxury of being able to be mostly walled in. So let's take a look at the Eagle Warriors. There's not a lot of scouts here, so I'm not too worried about them. They don't have any armor upgrades, though. Here's the first one. TaToH should be good. I think that's enough military. Here we go. Scale mail armor now just done. They should be good enough against these archers. Let's see who wins this. Okay, so able to win that fight. Maybe take out a few archers. TaToH sold some stone, bought some food. Doing some craziness with the market. A lot of gold for TaToH. And he can pick off most of those archers. So far, lead, despite all this craziness, TaToH's gonna take the lead. And I'm curious to see who... Oh, wow, TaToH's up to the next stage much faster. And I have no clue. Ancient terms for Malians. Yeah, they obviously seem like the Malians with all this gold emphasis. Where can you get the details of the civilization? If someone can link that in the chat, I'd be much appreciated. Or I'd appreciate that very much. Chimus are Mayans. No, the Chimus are not Mayans. Are they? Maybe they are. I have no clue. Oh, I'm so lost. Alright, this Yo gonna wall off on the left side, or not. Oh, decided didn't want that. Okay. So TaToH, gonna add a 3rd barracks, gonna upgrade to the Eagle Warrior. This is where the Chimus are their strongest. Their Castle Age Eagle Warriors are incredible. And if you're Mr. Yo, you gotta wall up everything. Top is wall, that's great. You gotta wall up this side as well. Apparently you thought that wall was too ambitious. I would have gone with it, though. This will be a little easier to defend, though. So if you're Mr. Yo, I think you just gotta survive for now. There's no way I send my archers out of my base anytime soon. In fact, these 5 Eagle Warriors might be enough to do some serious damage. Mr. Yo's taking his time to finish up his wall, which might be a big mistake. They already have the extra armor now, 2+2. Eagle Warriors coming in. Luckily, this one's pretty low, so that guy will go down if he gets targeted. Yeah, basically doing no damage already, and those upgrades are still not in. There we go, 3+2 Pierce Armor now. 5 Pierce Armor versus 5 attack. That, of course, means only 1 damage. All TaToH has to keep doing is keep streaming these units, and this builder needs to work a lot faster. Finish this wall. Doesn't matter, it's 1 attack. 1 attack. I think there's nothing Mr. Yo can do now. These Eagle Warriors not even going to care about the town center. It's a shame Mr. Yo didn't try to finish that wall faster. Going up to Castle Age now, going to lose all of his archers. TaToH knows how strong these Eagle Warriors are. He doesn't care about the town center. Mr. Yo is just going to try to run around as much as possible, but these arrows are basically doing no damage. And good garrison the archers in there. What about all these villagers that are unprotected? Mr. Yo calling GG right there. GG. So despite the crazy start, looks like Mr. Yo will win that one. Or TaToH will win that one. And Mr. Yo not getting up his walls fast enough. I think the best thing to do in this situation would have been some knights. from Mr. Yo, but it's a little bit too late for that. Should have taken this threat a little bit more seriously. And what a weird, crazy game that ended up kind of looking a little bit more like a standard game in the end. So we'll go on to game 4. Score currently is 2-1 now. And they'll be starting the next game shortly. So score 2-1. Next map is home map of the loser, which will be home map of Mr. Yo. Thanks everyone for joining me today. We have 234 viewers. Wow. Thank you everyone. A lot of active chat members as well. Death Counter in the chat right there is the admin of the tournament. So thank you very much. I think I'm going to be casting a little bit more on Sunday morning. Hopefully next week you'll be able to catch me as well Sunday morning. And there's always some games to cast on Sunday morning. We got lucky here with we had a tournament going on. But there's always something going on Sunday morning. Hopefully we'll make this more of a regular thing. As well, Tuesday, I will be casting at... Now, I might be wrong with the time because it's daylight savings, but I believe at 15 GMT, I will be casting a new series. A series where I highlight one player and cast several games from their career, hopefully to bring a little bit more knowledge about how the players and their styles and their history differs. As if you're newer to the game, don't watch as many games as maybe I do or any of the casters do, you might be a little bit hard to understand, you know, the history of the players and how exactly they play differently. So on Tuesday at 15 GMT, we'll be doing a series. I think the first player I'll be doing is Tim. He had an excellent game last week against Leary. And he certainly had a very long history in Age of Empires that I'd like to highlight with some of his older games. So hopefully next time you watch Tim in the ECL, you'll have a little more backstory to it. We'll be doing historical players as well. We'll be doing probably a lot of my favorite players. Some players that are kind of semi-retired. We'll see games from players like Fiage, Chris, which you guys should know the names of, but if you're new to the community, maybe you don't know them as well. And of course, classic players like TaToH, the Viper. We have some mod info in the chat. Take a look at some of these new civilization in the Realms mod. Reagan Wallow, you don't like 16 GMT? I like my Sundays. Can I make a profile about Tim with... I'm not going to make him the villain. Why would I make him the villain? All hail King TaToH. Yes, we should have a bit every week with TaToH. Just games of TaToH every Friday. Only TaToH. We'll call it TaToH Friday. That is going to get wrecked by Viper. Alright, so we're just waiting for them to start the game. I'll put a little bait counter. Hopefully the game will be started by the time this counts down. Oh, never mind. It'll be done. Well, we got a minute. It'll be, game will start in 1 minute. Alright, so this game is home map again of the loser, which is Mr. Yo. We'll see what he chooses. Game will start in 50 seconds. Thank you everyone again for joining the channel. So this is Voobly Official. This is a community channel. anyone is able to cast if you want to be able to cast. So if you want to inquire, just send me a message or something like that. Let me know how the volume is once we get in the game, and here we go. Hello everyone, and welcome to Game 4 of this Realms Mod tournament, a tournament hosted by, damn, I can't remember his name. But either way, this is a tournament to highlight 17 new civilizations in this mod. It's a pretty crazy mod. And today we'll be seeing the Chinese and the Mandinkas. We saw the Mandinkas last round. TaToH's winning the series 2-1. It's a best of 7 in the semifinal matchup. And man, the Mandinkas were a crazy civilization. I'll go over them once more if you didn't see the last game. And we have the classic Chinese. Chinese are a great nomad civilization. We're obviously on the map Nomad. They start out with extra villagers, and that's why they're so great on Nomad. As well, they're very versatile. So let's take a look at the Mandinkas once again. And I'll go slow for everyone once again, because they're such a hard civilization to grasp. They start with extra gold, lots of extra gold, much less food, extra wood. Villagers cost only gold and return gold when they die. So villagers only cost gold. Their camels attack faster, gold mines last longer. They're able to see gold mines at the very beginning of the game. Unique unit is a quick infantry like the Eagle Warrior. Cost pretty much the same as the Eagle Warrior. And they have some unique techs, which I guess we'll get to them if we see them. Good archer line. Decent cavalry line. I think full blacksmith upgrades except for bracer, so their archer line falls off later on. But what we saw from the last game was that the Mandinkas had a quick feudal age. They went up to feudal age on 20 population on Arabia. So that was very quick. They were also able to get out their military buildings extremely quick and sustained for them. We saw Scout Rush initially, and then quick 2 archery ranges. So certainly a very good military advantage there. However, by the end of the day, actually the other player was able to go up to the Castle Age faster, which was interesting. Now Chinese, we really don't have to say too much about the Chinese, because we should all be familiar with them. They start out with extra villagers at the beginning of the game. They are extremely versatile civilization, and we have a rematch. So we'll be discussing all of those things once more. Good choice by TaToH. I didn't see his map. I'm not exactly sure why he rematched. Might have had a really bad map. So we'll be getting to the rematch pretty sure. Yeah, of course, the civs will be the same. Veridamir created the unofficial expansion. Watch Microsoft make it the new official expansion. Alright, so it'll be a minute or two before they start the next game. We're going to go get some water, because I have none here. And we'll be in the next game, which will be Nomad, in a few minutes. And I'm back. Perfect timing. Almost, anyway. Hello everyone, and welcome to this fourth game in this best of 7 semifinal matchup between Mr. Yo and TaToH. TaToH leads the series 2-1. And this is a small little tournament for the... Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know if this is legal or not, but this is a tournament to highlight the Realms mod. TaToH saying I guess it's a restart. Let's go back. For me. So Mr. Yo would have won that TC war, obviously. But they're going to restart that for good reason, as this would be a horrible game. My TC. I don't know what the official rule is, but... Okay. Yeah, another re, unfortunately. That was, that doesn't happen very often. Where both players put their TC that close together. Nomad and no drama. Yeah, of course. Such a messy map, yep. That's why we love Nomad. That's why I love Nomad. Alright, so they'll be restarting again. Thanks everyone for joining us this lovely Sunday. Hope you're enjoying these games. As I said earlier, I'll be casting hopefully Sunday mornings. You catch some excellent games, as no one else really likes to cast on Sunday morning in the Age of Empires community, really. And Tuesday we'll be having a new series. It'll be around noon my time, or 16 GMT, 15 GMT. I have to check again because we just had daylight savings and that throws everything off. The 15 GMT will have a series where we'll highlight whatever player of the week we are planning on highlighting. This week it'll be Tim. And we'll cast some historical games, some recent games, highlight the differences in his play style. Should be fun. New game is starting right now. And here we go. Hello everyone, and welcome to this best of 7 matchup in the Realms mod semifinal tournament. This is a tournament to highlight the Realms mod, which is a mod which adds a total of 19 extra civilizations to Age of Rajas, or Age of Empires, as it's better known as. And we're in the semifinals matchup. Score currently is 2-1. 2 wins for TaToH, 1 win for Mr. Yo. And the civilizations they are playing as are the Chinese for Mr. Yo, a classic on Nomad, and TaToH playing as the Mandinkas. Now the Chinese, I'm going to start you off with something where hopefully make everyone feel like they know what's going on, because I have no clue how the Mandinkas are played. But the Chinese, of course, they're very good because they start out with extra villagers, and that gives them off to a fast start on Nomad. They're also a very versatile civilization. In fact, I think they're the most versatile civilization in the game. Good archers, good unique unit, good cavalry. And TaToH playing as the Mandinkas. Certainly much slower getting his villager over here. He's got 50 extra wood, I believe, due to their civ bonus, so he's going to be placing a dock right away. And the bonus of the Mandinkas, let's take a look at their tech tree. Start with plus 250 gold, minus 150 food, plus 50 wood. Villagers cost 55 gold, return 40 on death. That's the biggest one here. Camels attack faster, gold mines last longer. Their unique unit is a quick moving infantry like the Eagle Warrior, which costs mostly gold. And their gold mines are revealed at the start. They get Arbalest, but they don't get Bracer. They get Pikemen, they don't get Halb. And they get Heavy Camel, Cavalier, Hussar with all the upgrades. So their civilization's very weird. We saw in the previous game that they can go up to the next stage fairly quickly. They went up on 20 population last game. The Mendigo player, played by Mr. Yo. And let's see, they're also able to get out their military buildings very quickly, as they're able to go with the scout rush right away, but also add the archery ranges extremely quickly. So very good feudal rush for them. A very strong civilization overall. And yeah, so they're going to mine gold right away, so that way they can produce villagers. 3 villagers on gold, maybe 4 villagers on gold is necessary, I'm not exactly sure. The eco balance is extremely difficult with them because I have no clue how you balance things when your villagers cost gold. And right now, TaToH is going to take some wood so he's able to build some fishing ships. He's already got the dock up. And already TaToH getting loom. I don't know why when you could keep adding villagers. Maybe he was housed for a second, I'm not sure. Mr. Yo already has a 2 villager advantage, of course, because he's Chinese. A very strong nomad civilization. And where's Mr. Yo? Does he have a dock yet? Yes, he does. He has a dock on the side. 2 fishing ships to 1. Not too many. Not too much differences here so far. Three boars for TaToH. Good amount of sheep. Well, he'll be up to the next stage in no time. Of course, he doesn't need all that food. Again, his villagers don't cost food. He doesn't need that much. Mr. Yo has had a much harder time finding food on this map. He's got the boars over here. They're fairly far away. No sheep. That's very unfortunate to miss basically all the sheep on the map. Doesn't look like to be a lot of sheep on this Nomad map at all, which is kind of weird. Yeah, TaToH does have a lot of sheeps, but I expected a little more sheeps to be on this map, to be honest. A lot of the resources are on this left side. So we have stone, 2 golds. That is a little unfortunate for Mr. Yo. He's got 2 stones next to him, so he's good on stone, but where's his nearest gold? Nearest gold? Oh, man. This is like his nearest gold, so let's check his scouting. I hope he's seen it. So he's seeing this gold over here. He does not yet know where TaToH is. You ran a sheep anywhere? No. So this is the only gold he sees. He's got to know his gold's over here. So he's probably scouting around with his villager right now to find resources. So he should be able to see this gold. Yeah, he'll see this gold, definitely. Give me 1 second. Alright, so Mr. Yo, I'm going to click up to the next stage pretty shortly now. Fishing ships. We have tons of fishing ships for TaToH. Quite a few for Mr. Yo as well. TaToH's has so much food that he's able to scout out with the sheep, which is nice for him. And scouting for Mr. Yo, just barely able to see the goal, but not too great for him. And TaToH, much better for TaToH. So it looks like TaToH's about to click up to the next age. Just gonna wait on those fishing ships. And has a second dock up already. Yeah, Nomad can be a very unfair map. But it's a very fun map. One of the funnest maps to watch in my opinion. And I wish we saw Nomad a little more often. We used to see it a little more often in the Age of Conquerors days. Mr. Yo, despite the far distance, has in fact gone through the effort of luring all 3 boars. Certainly worth the effort, in my opinion. And he's gonna go to stone right away, or gold, or where are these guys going? Gonna get low. So both players going up to the next stage. The Mandinka's going up a little bit, actually a little later in this situation. And they are going to gold. Yeah, they're going to this gold. I'm a little surprised that Mr. Yo did not choose to go to this gold over here. TaToH's left a sheep here, actually, just to be able to see his opponent's taking gold here. That's the most obvious choice of gold, but instead, Mr. Yo is going to, in fact, go for this gold over here. 4 villagers on gold, that should be enough for a galley rush, I believe. As there are no barracks up yet. And a little curious why TaToH's taking so much food. Maybe he's going for a fast castle. And it's so hard to tell. He'll be spending the gold on the on villagers, of course. So Mr. Yo up to the next stage very quickly. Maybe fast castle resources, maybe not. Way too much food in the bank. Maybe it's a scout rush. I really can't tell from these resources what the players are going to do. They're kind of all in between. So yeah, stable, so we're going to exhaust all that food with some scouts. And that could be a strong strategy. TaToH, on the other hand, is going for a fast castle. And certainly will be able to have the resources to collect up. He's going to have to cut off villager production for a little bit. And I wonder if any of the players are going to be going for galleys. So obviously Mr. Yo will be going for galleys. Surprisingly not fire galleys. I don't know if the, I don't know what's up with that. But galleys should do a lot of damage. I do want to check if the fire galleys are any different. Normally we see fire galleys. Oh, so there are no, yeah, there are no fire galleys in this mod. So we have all Age of Rajas changes except for the galley line. So this is just regular galleys. So this is certainly going to disrupt TaToH's food economy. But TaToH's already up to the next age. We did pretty good on that front. Oh. Realm says Age of Conquerors plus Forgotten Empire civs. Plus 19 Realm civs, but includes HD balances such as the recent tower nerf. Okay. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. So Mr. Yo up to the castle age. So we built that stable, but didn't actually build any scouts from it, which seems to have been a good decision. I don't know how much damage the scouts can do anyway, but he's going to show his hand a little bit and show that he has a scout, in fact, out. Also going to try to delay this barracks. And this is so funny. So Mr. Yo is just mining this gold here, and TaToH has no idea about it. And checking TaToH's point of view, of course he's able to see all the gold mines, as that's his civ. Bonus, Mr. Yo gonna plop a tower. That's an extremely effective tower. Now think about it. If he's able to put a tower on this gold, able to cut off all of his opponent's villager production aside from what gold he can get from the market. However, TaToH has tons of gold in the bank, so that's good for him. Castle Age from TaToH. We're gonna plop down a stable for some knights, or more likely some camels, since the Mandinkas have pretty good camels. But that's a pretty devastating tower. We'll have to see a siege workshop to take that out. Of course, camels are going to cost gold as well. Unfortunately, this tower doesn't yet have fletching, so it's not able to kill all the villagers. TaToH playing Arabia on Nomad, maybe. Fuel net's coming in for TaToH to boost his food eco. Fire ships out from TaToH. And clean up the galley. Fishing economy for Mr. Yo is not very efficient at all. So TaToH's definitely got the edge there. Here we go, Castle Age for both players. Town Center going up on that gold. Might be denied. These camels are very strong. However, I like the decision from Mr. Yo to add some spearmen. So they do tons of damage, really. Plus 20% attack rate is certainly not a very small thing. And good defense from TaToH. Might be able to kill this camel, though, if TaToH's not paying attention. Yeah, he's gonna be. So siege work coming on this hill. This game might be over a little bit quickly. This area is so important. 3 gold mines here. This is the only gold that TaToH's mining right now. That Mr. Yo's mining, my bad. And if I were Mr. Yo, I'd plop the Mangonel right here. Maybe take my opponent off of wood and start attacking the town center. I think a monastery is a must in this situation. There's the Chinese. They have a pretty good monk and siege rush. Their monks get all the upgrades in Castle Age. And yeah, TaToH's going to be having to make some scouts to be able to counter the monks. Monks, they're very strong, especially if you add some spearmen. But really, it's all down to that micro. So yeah, that Mangonel's going in that exact same spot. Perfect. Even a tower, that's even better. I would just, if I was Mr. Yo, just invest everything into this area. Would not worry about building their economy so much. Just invest everything into that area. Nice little pickup. Hopefully Mr. Yo doesn't lose the Mangonel. Yeah, I can move. And I just keep adding monks, keep adding spearmen. Spearmen are nice and cheap. And really all about that micro. Mr. Yo is on stone. He's taking a little bit of stone, but not too much. I'm not exactly sure where. He's taking stone from his town center. The second town center coming up. Now, TaToH needs gold for villager production, so... Let's see, he's mining stone over here. I'm gonna place a town center... Of course, we're gonna see a town center battle on Nomad. TaToH can't see this right now, unfortunately. But this gold should be denied. I think. I wonder how long it'll take for Mr. Yo to realize this. There we go, he's noticed it. So I would send some military units here, and if not, then build a siege workshop. A lot of light cavalry out from TaToH, though. Not a lot of monks. But we have 2 monks. That's not nearly going to be enough. Town center, however, did go down. This is going to be a huge loss for Mr. Yo, I think. Might get 2 conversions. Might get 1 conversion. Gonna lose all the Mangonels, though. Gonna kill his own villager. 1 conversion only. On a 1 HP scout. So that was a huge loss for Mr. Yo. Our villager numbers are pretty even right now. In fact, Mr. Yo has a small advantage. He's of course got 3 town centers down. TaToH has 2 town centers down. One of which he's kind of losing on this left side. TaToH does have the advantage of having better fish, though. Mr. Yo's going to try to build another dock to get his fish working more efficiently. They're only taking shore fish down here at the bottom, right within view of TaToH. And TaToH going to call the GG right there. Not able to have any gold, not able to maintain village production, can't get any gold from here. So he's falling farther and farther behind the villager production, and I think that's the reason why he's called the GG right then and in there. It's a little unfortunate for him, could maybe use his market a bit. But regardless, Mr. Yo should be pulling ahead with extra town center. So, Mr. Yo could even up the series 2-2. We're going to go on to the home map of TaToH, and we'll see what that is coming up. Here we go. Chinese OP, please nerf. Yeah, they are a little OP on Nomad. Everyone knows that, though. Chinese and the Persians. Sometimes the Mayans. Just block Mandinkas from gold and free one. Yeah, that's one of the weaknesses of the civilization. Back team will just wall off the gold. Yeah, that's got to be very annoying for them. Score now 2-2 in this best of 7. We have a guaranteed 2 games left. 3 games if we're lucky. So we'll definitely see Yucatan, which I'm glad. We had Yucatan in our last, not our last, but the one before it, Weekend Smackdown, where we highlighted the map. A lot of variation on the Yucatan maps. Sometimes you get a river through the middle, sometimes you don't. This map will not be Nomad, of course. Back T versus Doubt, the final of this tournament, will be next week. Other tournaments. Oh, this is third rank. This is not the semifinals. My bad. I've been saying this is semifinals the whole time. My bad. I just hopped in here. I didn't know the, wasn't really paying attention to the tournament. So this is third place. The good news is that we're able to see the finals next week. This game looks pretty still. Not sure exactly what that means. What is the Mandinka civilization? The Mandinka civilization is the civilization we see in the last 2 games, where their villagers cost gold. I assume you mean where are they from? I think they're the they're a replacement for Mali, or the Malians. This mod includes Forgotten Empire civilizations, but does not include African Kingdom civilization. So some of them have been replaced or given new bonuses. If you'd like to help out or support this tournament, here's a link in the chat. Any donations will be well appreciated, as all of these tournaments are, of course, not for profit. That's how the community works. Thanks everyone for joining me. We have now 275 viewers. Thank you so much for joining me. We're waiting for Game 5 to start. Game 5 will be the home map of TaToH. They are descendants of Mali. The final with Doubt is next week. They had to reschedule. Death Counter in the chat. He is the admin of the tournament. Please direct any questions to him. And I'd like to see some more civilizations from this. It seems like the Mandinkas and the Chimus are particularly strong. And we have a 1 minute 30 before the game starts. There we go, 50 seconds before the game starts. This is Woobly Official. We are a community channel. If you're interested in streaming for us, we do have an application below. We just like some good work ethic, that's all. 20 seconds before the game starts. And a lot of casters actually in the community did start on this channel. Hello everyone and welcome to Game 5 in this now tied up third place match between Mr. Yo and TaToH. I know I've been calling this the semifinals. No, this is actually the third place matchup. I do apologize to everyone for that. We are on Gold Rush, one of my favorite civilizations, and we have some new civilizations as well. Sorry, one of my favorite maps. And all the wolves are gathered in this one area. That's going to be interesting if anyone runs into that. So yeah, this is one of my favorite maps actually. Should be a pretty good matchup. We did just do this map. This was the last weekend SmackDown. We highlighted this map on Sunday. And yeah, series is tied 2-2. What? Oh, I thought it said Murica, like America. No, it's Muisca is the civilization choice for TaToH. And Mr. Yo is playing as the Bohemians. This is the Realms mod. This adds an additional... Oh, I forget the number again. But I think an additional 19 civilizations to the game. It takes the Forgotten Empires and builds upon it with using the newest patch and all these new civilizations. So let's take a look at these civilizations. And we'll start with TaToH, since I'm over at his point of view. So, Archer civilization, the Muisca. If someone knows where the civilization is from, please tell me. Villagers work... What? Wow. Villagers work 6% faster, just a general bonus. That is... one of the best eco bonuses in the game. Eagle Warriors, cheaper. Wow, that's a big bonus. Projectiles move quickly. That is interesting. I'd really like to see that in action. Your unit is the Guicha, which is an archer. We'll come to that in a second. Unitex Sakwa. Build archer line, militia line, and Guich has returned 20% of their cost. That's huge. TaToH Eagle Warriors move 10% faster. Team bonus, kill trash units, return 10% of their cost. The economy of the Muisca must be incredible. Wow. But let's see their military. How does that stack up? They get Arbalest. They get full infantry ups. No cavalry line, of course. Seems like a meso-civilization. Take a look at the Guicha. 45, 55. Wood and gold only, though, which is unusual for an infantry. 60 HP, 5 only attack. It's a powerful and durable... Oh, it's an archer. Okay, that makes sense. That's a lot of HP for an archer. That's a ton of HP. Armor 0, range 5. So this is a archer that's like the plumed archer. If it's fast, then certainly be even more like the plumed archer. But has a low attack, a high HP. The only difference is that the plumed archers has a little bit better pierce armor, worse melee armor, and not as much HP as that. This is a very high HP archer. Oh, damn. Admin Re. For what reason, I don't know. Damn, that's a shame. Gives us some time to really think about the how that civilization will work, though. Which civils throw arrows? That's pretty funny. Yes, this is not an official mod. Quite obviously. This is a mod for this particular tournament. And you can download it and play it on your own as well. In fact, it might be auto-downloaded from Googly. Not exactly sure. Okay, so we'll go with the admin re here. It'll take about a few minutes. Get us going again. 41 civilizations, wow. Keep adding the civs. 41 civilizations. Are these civs constructed by third parties? Yes, it's an unofficial expansion created by us fans. I can't remember the exact name of who created it, but... I mean, I'll go ahead and say that this is not the most balanced of mods, but this has been a lot of fun to cast them. I'd like to see every civilization played. Of course, I'd have to start the tournament from the very beginning to be able to see that. Hopefully we'll be able to cast the finals a little bit later on. And if you guys like this tournament enough, I might be able to cast some record games at a later date. Would that be something you guys are interested in? The game's going to start in 50 seconds. Yeah, so this mod has been around for quite some time. 2 yeses. Here we go. Hello everyone, and welcome to this game number 5 on this incredible Gold Rush map. It's one of my favorite maps. And score currently is 2-2. We're in the Realms mod tournament, which adds 19 civilizations for a total of 41 civilizations into the game. This mod has been around for some time, and luckily we've got this tournament to highlight it. The 2 civilizations we'll be having playing are Mr. Yo playing as the Bohemians, and TaToH as the Muisca. Muisca are a Meso civilization. Let's take a look at them. Villagers work 6% faster. I think this is one of the most incredible economy bonuses in the entire game. Eagle Warriors are cheaper every age. Projectiles move 30% quickly. I'm interested to see how that affects the game. Unique unit is the Guicha, which is an extremely high HP archer. Their unique techs: Killed Archer Line, Militia Line, and Guichas return 20% of their costs. Eagle Warriors move 10% faster. Team bonus: Killed Trash units return 10% of the cost. This economy is one of the best in the game. And their military: full infantry, full archer line, no cavalry. In case we get to it, siege, a little lackluster, but they get siege ram. Oh, they also do miss blast furnace. That's worth noting. Mr. Yo. This civilization, the Bohemians. Neither of these civilizations I have personally seen before. Archery ranges cost 20% less. That's nice. Not game-changing, but it's pretty nice. Plus 5 villager hit points for each age and town center technology. Okay. That's very interesting. Heresy free. Also interesting. That makes them basically immune to monks. Archers and hand cannons +1, +2 pierce armor starting in the Castle Age. That could be +2 pierce armor. That's a lot of pierce armor, actually. Or maybe that's so +2 would be Imperial Age. So their archers are pretty resistant to arrow fire. That'd be pretty interesting. Unique unit is the Terabyte, the Trestle Gun, and the Wagenberg. What? Okay, let's take a look at them. Terabyte looks like a men-at-arms. It's a infantry with attack bonus versus buildings and heavy cavalry. So knight line and not scout line. Armored ranged cavalry and armored infantry. Armored ranged, okay, and armored infantry. So any look confusing. Things with armor. It's good against things with armor. Costs a lot of food. Good HP, low attack, but again, it has that bonus. So in my opinion, this looks like something that is generally a pretty okay unit. Pretty bad against archers. Pretty good against most other things. So very bad against archers, good against other things. We still have two more unique units to go here. So, oh man, let's see. Trestle Gun. 75 wood, 75 gold, same as a Scorpion. Small cannon with an attack bonus versus infantry. That's interesting. I hope we get to see that. Requires chemistry, though. So, we'll be some time. And a tower. We have a unique unit of a tower somewhere. I have no clue where this thing is. Wagenberg Tower. Is it a siege unit? I have no clue. Hopefully we get to see that later. Unique techs, villagers, terabytes, +5 bonus versus buildings. Bomber towers do 10 damage versus rams. What? Barracks -10% cost. Okay. This is going to take some while to digest a little bit. Archery range, infantry line looks pretty good. Cavalry line's pretty bad. They do get bloodlines though. Blacksmith, everything but the last armor upgrade. So their cavalry is not the best, but it's okay. It's passable in Castle Age. Definitely passable in Castle Age. And
yes.
Yeah, Archer's extra pure armor. So I mean, if TaToH wants to go with this archer line, their projectiles go faster. They're not going to be very good against the archers of Mr. Yo because Mr. Yo's archers have extra pierce armor in the Castle Age, and their archery ranges cost less. That is interesting. I'm going to be referring that tech tree a few extra times throughout this game, just putting it out there. But these are some crazy civilizations. The Muisca. So all of their villagers work faster. That is incredible. TaToH up on 23 population. Does that mean they build faster too? That is just a crazy bonus. So crazy. Meanwhile, Mr. Yo looks like he's going to go with a fast castle. He's got his gold rolled in, which should be safe as long as the tower doesn't come up over there. And yeah, we're going to see a fast castle versus a feudal rush. Looks like TaToH is not diagnosed yet. Usually, if you know your opponent's going to go for a fast castle, then you go forward with some towers. So they could do some good damage. So let's see what TaToH decides to do. As he goes up to the next stage. In just a moment here. So let's take a look at the map. We haven't done that yet. Big hill in the middle, very typical of Gold Rush. The gold distribution, luckily, is pretty close to both players. Maybe a little bit closer to TaToH, but not by that much. You know, all of it's in this one area. We have a stone close to... Might be Mr. Yo's main stone, actually. There's an extra stone over here. And what is TaToH doing? I think TaToH has understood. He's had enough scouting information and obviously knows Mr. Yo is still in the Dark Age. TaToH has not seen a barracks from Mr. Yo yet. So he knows he's going to go with a fast castle. So therefore, TaToH is just going to add farms here. And redistribute his economy and wall up a little bit. Not going to make any military now as it's not going to be able to do any damage right now. So he'll be maybe 5 minutes away from the next stage. Mr. Yo, on the other hand, is about 2 minutes up to being to the next stage, as he's going to drop down his 2 buildings. A very clean build. The feudal arch. I have no clue how you're going to do these. Getting some fun games. Yeah, I hope we are. Okay, so the Bohemians are going to go into archers. Their archery ranges, again, they cost less, so that's a nice small little bonus. TaToH gonna add an Eagle Warrior here. Not really gonna hurt his economy too much. Just gonna put on a little bit of pressure. Make Mr. Yo feel the heat. And go back to the tech tree. So we're seeing the archer line now. The archers will get extra pierce armor. And they get full ups in Imperial Age. So that's not really too relevant to us right now because these, we're seeing Eagle Warriors from TaToH and not archers or skirmishers. Eagle Warriors. And might be able to get that scout. It's going to be pretty close. Okay, so since we're seeing Eagle Warriors from TaToH, let's take a look at his tech tree one more time with respect to the Eagle Warrior. So with respect to the Eagle Warriors, they are cheaper. There's a unique tech to make them move faster. And so those are the bonuses for them. So in my opinion, TaToH making better use out of his bonuses. His Eagle Warriors will be of benefit with that faster speed. Sorry, with them being cheaper. Whereas Mr. Yo's Pierce Armor is not really going to make too much of a big difference. Although he's able to save some costs on those archery ranges. TaToH gonna wall up a little bit. Able to click up into the next stage in a decent time. He's got a pretty good economy with his civilization. And all of his villagers working fast. And we'll see where the players take it from here. Now you need a good mass of archers to take on Eagle Warriors. I mean, Eagle Warriors kind of, to some extent, counter archers. To a pretty decent extent, actually. I would be a little bit scared if I was Mr. Yo to move out until I got that crossbow upgrade and the fletching upgrade. There's that additional pierce armor coming in right there, as you can see. And fletching and crossbowmen coming in now. So now I wouldn't be too scared anymore. These guys should be good until Castle Age comes in for TaToH. And adding a second barracks, that makes sense. Now TaToH has built out his walls a little bit, which I definitely like. Add stone wall here to the left side, making sure that his woodcutters are nice and safe. Heck, these farmers are safe as well. They should be anyway. But all the map control to Mr. Yo. Is Mr. Yo gonna boom back at home? Probably. That's the safest thing to do. Gonna add a town center here. And this is a little risky. Gonna split up the army. I would guarantee you these units will be lost in just a second. And if I was Mr. Yo, I'd pull back my army together. Hopefully before I lost them all. And just run back, because Eagle Warriors counter archers. So maybe you want to be thinking about a plan about how to deal with these Eagle Warriors. This might be a big win for TaToH. Again, these Eagle Warriors are cheaper, so somewhat more effective. The Wolves are going to try to get in a little bit there. And I would just left them there. Or in this corner. Look at the gold mine, and the Wolves are kind of disrupting things for the Eagle Warriors. The Eagle Warriors can't really get any attacks off because the Wolves are in between there. Okay, that Wolf's gonna get a kill. Woo woo! Gonna get another kill. Woo woo! And 3 kills for the Wolves. Okay, but that's a nice cleanup from TaToH. So TaToH has the map control now, has the score lead. Yeah, I hope it gets into late game too. I agree. But right now, villager number's pretty identical. TaToH has second town center as well. Mr. Yo is going to be okay here, but the problem is if TaToH wants to add a siege workshop now. As, I think... And I hate going, I just hate going against Meso civilizations with the Eagle Warrior. They're so strong. The Castle Age Eagle Warrior. Can't really go crossbow. I mean, it's hard to go long swordsman. Knights are probably the best option. Then you have to look out against monks. Luckily, I think for the Bohemians wouldn't be a problem. You have the civilization that gets the free heresy, right? Yeah, heresy's free. I'd go knights. Just go knights in the civilization. Don't worry about monks, really. Knights will do good against Eagle Warriors, usually. Not exactly sure with the cheap cost if they're as effective, though. 3 town centers out from TaToH. His economy's rolling. Yo adding his 3rd town center now in this very claustrophobic corner. I don't even know if you can really mine that gold too well. Is this the new expansion? Everyone asking if this is the new expansion. No, this is an unofficial expansion. This is a mod. This is a fan-built mod. But we're using a tournament to be able to highlight a little bit, and I hope you enjoy it. Can only play with Dragon Civilization. I can arrow now for these crossbows. It's not really going to matter against Eagle Warriors. You need something other than Eagle Warriors. This is a problem for Mr. Yo. 2 villagers coming forward for TaToH. I assume 2, just in case one gets mauled by a wolf. So many bodies here. It's a pretty good mass of crossbows, actually. You might need the +2 armor to engage with that. Here's the +2 armor upgrade right now. Going to drop a siege workshop. However, those crossbows are moving out at the moment. I think these eagles are just trying to distract these crossbows when the workshop gets up. University coming from Mr. Yo, so he's full on committed to crossbows and getting that ballistics upgrade. Again, I would like to see knights. See how this does for him. Siege Workshop is luckily up for TaToH. Just distracting this army long enough to get it up. Both players going with Wheelbarrow. So now we'll see Eagles and Mangonels, which will certainly be harder to deal with for these crossbows. And there we go, there's that University, able to afford the ballistics upgrade right away. Gotta be careful though, Mangonel could pop out at any time from the Siege Workshop. They're getting a little bit too close, there's the flags! And Mr. Yo is gonna go back for now. And a Siege Workshop to counter the Siege Workshop of TaToH now. Another barracks from TaToH. His Eagle Warriors are cheap, they're good. Might as well just keep adding them. And they're the counter to archers too. I'm a little confused. What is Mr. Yo doing? He's just gonna add up what, a third and a fourth archer range? Gonna keep making the unit he shouldn't be making against the Eagle Warrior? And expect to win it? I don't think that's gonna work for him. And a market in the back. Mr. Yo's running out of gold too. He can hardly even access this gold. Thumb ring coming in. TaToH getting pretty aggressive. He's got two Mangonels getting the Arson upgrade as well. I don't like getting Arson before forging. I think that's kind of... Oh boy! Huge Mangonel hit. Wow. Yeah, TaToH's really in the driver's seat now. Mr. Yo, I think you really have to switch into another unit. I don't think this is going to work out for you. Another Siege Workshop coming up. That one went down so fast. Nice position on these crossbows until the Mangonel comes in, that is. That one did some damage to the crossbows, but also damage to the Eagle Warriors. And Siege Workshop's going to get denied. This is a whole failure for Mr. Yo. This is terrible. One Eagle's going to get stuck in there. Pretty terrible for Mr. Yo, but pretty terrible anticipation that, I mean, I kind of saw this coming, that he was going to lose the fight against the Eagles and the Mangonels, of course, with only crossbows. Farmers are pretty beefy, though. So now going to transition to Men-at-Arms. I believe the barracks are 10% cheaper, which is not a big deal, really. Let's take a look at their civ bonuses with respect to infantry. No real bonuses with respect to infantry, so pretty plain. Pretty plain units. Maybe the unique unit would be of use against Eagle Warriors, maybe not. A little confusing of a unit. I don't think it would be. Eagle Warriors are not heavily armored. But this is the appropriate unit choice. The problem is that Mr. Yo is going to invest so much into building these longswordsmen, so much food invested into that he could run out of gold, or he could be just stuck here for the rest of the game, as TaToH might advance to the next stage. Now, what is TaToH going to do in this situation? He's going to advance to the next stage? Yeah, he is. Already ready to click up. Going to build a castle in the middle. Let's check out his unique unit. Well, there's no action going on right now. His unique unit is an archer, and of course, all archers are pretty good against infantry, so that might be on the cards for him. Projectiles move 30% more quickly for his civilization. So if I was TaToH, I'd like to see this unique unit out from you. And just starve your opponent out of gold. I think that's the plan. Men-at-Arms is their unique unit. Men-at-Arms! The strongest unit in the game, of course. The best looking, in my opinion. Okay, interesting. TaToH's gonna actually make barracks. Okay. He's not gonna make his unique unit. But I assume for more Eagle Warriors, which are, again, cheap, so. Yeah, it's just gonna add more Eagle Warriors. When a unit is discounted in price, it really changes the math of everything. You don't really see it in fights, but it, you know, you're able to get out much more numbers because of it. It doesn't hurt when you lose a bad fight. It really helps in every aspect of it. The best way to, or most effective way to nerf a unit or make a unit better is really by changing the cost. So these Eagle Warriors, they're very strong. So TaToH can move out now. He's got the right army composition. It's a strong army composition. It's Castle Age. Is it a strong army composition when your opponent is an Imperial Age? Probably not. There's a lot of Eagle Warriors to be upgraded. With a unique tech, I think they could move 10% faster. Kind of like the old Warriors tech. It's nice. It's not huge, but it's nice. Here we go. Let's see what techs we got. Not a lot of resources for TaToH to play with, actually. It's kind of lacking the food. Drop another castle. Elite Eagle Warrior coming in. Again, I would have loved to see the unique unit from them. And, I don't know if I take this fight. A lot of Eagle Warriors. I think... I might wait till one more upgrade comes in. Iron Casting's coming in. I would just go to raid, to be honest. I wouldn't really worry about them. Why worry about them? What are they going to do? Alright, so Elite Eagle Warrior's going to come in. The crossbows are basically useless. Yeah, that amount of Eagle Warriors should be able to clean up the Long Swordsman. Try to delete the walls, though. This is a nice little raid, though. This is unfortunate. We can have the Long Swordsman attack. Long Swordsman get a +2 attack bonus versus Eagles, I think. Regardless, numbers is always better. So those Eagle Warriors are going to clean up, of course. And I think Mr. Yo's just stuck in the... He's got to be stuck in the Castle Age. And as well, he's got basically no gold income. So I think that should be game. This is his big push. This is what he needs to be able to, you know, reclaim gold. This is exactly what he needs to be doing. But is it too little too late? There's only 5 Rams here. One of them's going to go down to Eagle Warriors. At least 2 of them's going to go down to Eagle Warriors. But the Long Swordsmen can also chip in. They can help attack the castle if they need to. This is the most critical part of the game for Mr. Yo. More barracks. So many barracks, you can afford it. The thing is, these Eagle Warriors are pretty strong against the Long Swordsmen now with their upgrades, with their cost. It's really aiming for the Rams. Yo just sold 1,200 stone for gold. He's out of gold, obviously. Really just targeting down those Rams, and then, of course, castles do quite a bit of damage versus Long Swordsmen. There's the Guecha. Shame we haven't seen the projectile move yet. You can see the castle arrow fires going pretty fast. It's pretty cool, yeah, they move pretty fast. I assume that makes them more effective. Especially the castle. Without ballistics. But yeah, they look pretty cool. But the castle's still up, still almost on full HP. There's a good amount of Long Swordsmen here. I don't know if they're going to be able to get it down. Yeah, definitely not going to be able to get it down. I think that's going to be the GG there. The scores are ridiculously far apart. Mr. Yo's just selling stone to get gold, but he's already done that once, so he's not going to be able to do that for much longer. There's the GG. GG, it's just Mr. Yo going heavy into archers when his opponent's going heavy to Eagle Warriors. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. He lost that one big fight. Was forced to over-invest in the Long Swordsman, basically stuck in the Castle Age for the rest of the game. So, therefore, TaToH wins. So, TaToH going to take a 3-2 advantage. This is a best of 7, so we'll be seeing at least one more game, and I'll catch you in the next one, which will be Yucatan. Alright, so this game is going to be Yucatan. Score currently 3-2. Thank you everyone for joining me on this lovely Sunday morning. I'm going to be casting more on Sunday mornings, so please join us next Sunday. As well, on Tuesday at 15 GMT, I will be casting a series of games to highlight a particular player of the week. That's every Tuesday at 15 GMT. This week we'll be highlighting the player Tim and casting some of his recent games as well as some of his historic games to highlight his career. As there's always a bunch of players in this community where if you're newer, you might not exactly know where they came from or what some of their accomplishments are. And there's probably many players that are very well known in the community, and you probably haven't seen them because they haven't been around recently. But I would like to highlight them every Tuesday at 15 GMT. So, within the next few minutes, they'll be starting the next game. I'm going to post one more time the link to donation for this tournament. It's a very small tournament. If you do enjoying these games, please do consider donating here so that in the future may be more viable to run another tournament with these kinds of crazy civilizations. Next game will be starting soon. Promise you. Apparently this mod has its own Discord group, so I'll post that link in the chat as well. It would be great for historians to help create a campaign for each civilization. So if you guys would like, I know we have a lot of viewers today. I'm not sure if that's because the Sunday morning and no one else is really casting, or because you guys really like the Realms mod. If you guys would like, I can cast more matches from this tournament. The finals will be going on next week between Doubt and Bacti, and I can also cast some records from this tournament, as those will always be available. But I'd need to know if you guys are interested in that, as it's always kind of hard if you aren't vocal in the chat. So let me know. Meantime, we have 1 minute, so I'm going to take a 1 minute break and the game will start. I'm always 2 seconds too late. Give me a second. Here we go. Hello everyone and welcome to this, what could be final game in this best of 7 matchup between Mr. Yo and TaToH in the Realms mod tournament. This is the battle for 3rd place. We'll be having the finals coming up next week. This particular match is on Yucatan. If by chance Mr. Yo wins this game, then we'll be going on to the last game, which is Migration. But he'll have to best TaToH in this matchup. What are the civilizations for this game? Just an Aztecs versus Mongols matchup. Nothing particularly different about it. So players are able to choose their civilizations. They can choose some pretty crazy ones, but In this case, they've chosen some very traditional civilizations. So the Mongols, why are they good on Yucatan? There's tons of extra hunt on this map. Their hunt, of course, collects 50% faster, which is insane. So that'll be a great bonus for TaToH. There's plenty of deer, as you can see here, plenty of boar. Aztecs also have a pretty good economy, with their villagers able to carry more. That helps out in a lot of respects. In a very good 1 versus 1 civilization in general. You have enough food for the 5 militia Dark Age rush, or 5 militia, or 5 men-at-arm rush that the Aztecs are kind of famous for. Therefore, they're a pretty good civilization. This particular version of Yucatan has a river running through the middle with 4 choke points. And some nice short fish in the middle if you do choose to, I don't know, build these deer or something along those lines. A lot of gold on the map, a lot of stone, a lot of extra resources. I like that the players are kind of closer to each other as opposed to farther away. I think this should be a pretty good map. I really like this map. And we have a rematch, as I just described every detail of the map. So there we go. So let's back out for now. And have a little fun here and look at some of these other civilizations, actually. So they'll be starting in a few minutes. Look at how many civilizations we have. Armenians. Oh, the game's starting already. All right. 10 wood, a minute. So this civilization gets a trickle, gets armor on their monks. Armor on their knights. The Balts, cavalry move faster, buildings line of sight. Knights cost less. The Bumars. You get free food when you complete farms. Pretty crazy bonuses. Scorpions plus 15 attack versus buildings, interesting. Bulgars can create cows from the town center, are you kidding me? Wow. Pretty crazy stuff. Burgundians. I don't even know what that means. Drop sites work 2 times faster. Like, I guess they research their text faster. And access up to 3 other unique units. I didn't even know what that means, but that sounds crazy. Alright, so the game will start in another minute. So is there's a Viper versus Doubt best of 21 coming up? That's pretty cool. I assume the Viper will be streaming that. I hope he will. I could host him afterwards. Yeah, a lot of streamers will be having that. T90's going to be... T90 and the Viper are going to be streaming that. Let me know who you'd prefer me to host. I could host them. Hello everyone, and welcome to this, what could be final game between TaToH and Mr. Yo. TaToH has to win 1 more game in order to be considered 3rd place in this Realms Mod tournament. And Mr. Yo will have to win 2 games. If he does win this game, then he will move on to play TaToH in the last map, which will be Migration. But this map is Yucatan. We have 1 river coming through the middle. Very, very small choke points on this one. Larger choke point here, so we have a total of 3 choke points. Yep. Yucatan, you have plenty of food on the map. Players have access to all 41 civilizations given by the Realms mod, and they have chosen some traditional civilizations in the Aztecs and Mongols. Aztecs with a great economy. They're a great 5 militia rush, 5 men-at-arms rush that they're able to do in the early game. And a good eco bonus with their villagers carrying +5 food. So a very solid pick. And TaToH playing as the Mongols. There's one reason you like the Mongols on Yucatan, and that's for the hunt bonus. So all these extra deer will be collected that much faster. Wow, those are very close to the town center. That's a great bonus for TaToH. Gonna not want those berries for a while. Sallowthorn bush. I have no clue what that is. Is that a fruit? Is that a berry? I have no clue. But yeah, so this could be the final match. This has been the Realms Mod tournament. tournament administered by Death Counter. Apparently this mod has been around for quite some time. It's been around since before the expansions, I believe. It incorporates the Forgotten Empire's civilizations, and afterwards adds new civilizations. However, it does keep up with the new balance changes to the old civilizations. So these are, in fact, the Age of Raja's Aztecs and the Age of Raja's Mongols. Small differences there. And yeah, I might be able to cast some more of these games later. The finals will be between Bacti and Doubt, which will be next week, and stream next week. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm streaming this on Sunday morning, around, 14 GMT, so if you want to join us Sunday morning, you can join us then. Okay, both players did a pretty typical build. 4 villagers on wood for the Aztecs, 3 villagers for Mongols. Typical. These deer are so good that, in fact, TaToH is probably going to mill them. But watch out for this guy, though. Yeah, that's just so much food for TaToH. He could go for a fast castle on a ridiculously low population. Go for a scout rush and then still go up to the castle age really quick. All that extra food. I wonder what Mr. Yo's going to do, though. That's, I think, a little more interesting. As he has to be a little more strategic. If he makes a wrong decision, that could certainly backfire. He's going to go out to those deer. Just like his opponent. And we'll see if he's going to go with that man-at-arms rush with maybe some militia and a fast castle. Obviously, these choke points are pretty easy to wall, so I wouldn't be surprised to see players walling them. And I assume that's... maybe this villager just wants that board, though. Okay. So we'll keep an eye out if these players decide to wall. If I was TaToH, I mean, with these walls, I would just wall and fast castle, to be honest. With TaToH, though, you can probably do a scout rush and fast castle. That would probably be the safest option. Maybe I would do that, in fact. Why take any risks when you don't have to? When you can do both. Build coming up on the here. And barracks coming up from Mr. Yo. So a little late for a militia rush. Maybe we see a man-at-arms rush. Oh, don't run back. Don't run back, don't run back, shoot. Villager's weak. She's gonna die! Oh, okay, she's not gonna die. These guys are pros. If it was me, that villager would have died. Well, let's take a look at player scouting. Mr. Yo has excellent scouting on his opponent, has scouted all the resources, sees the gold is kind of forward, maybe could be exposed, and this area could be punished later on in the game. Imagine what a siege workshop would do in this area. Wood is kind of exposed. Berries may be exposed, maybe not. TaToH, scouting. Has not really found his opponent yet. Probably has been luring in deer with the scout. I'm not exactly sure. Plus a little HP on it. I'm actually not a fan of the Mongols architecture like some people are. Like the houses. I like when you can tell exactly what things are between every civilization. I can't really tell this is a barracks. It looks like 3 houses put together. And interestingly, some stone walls from TaToH. Kind of a shame considering that these choke points are so wallable. Why would you not want to wall there? Same thing for Mr. Yo. I suppose it saves some time. Less of a risk. And you could always wall there later. Late feudal age for Mr. Yo, though. No men-at-arms coming out. Scouts coming out from TaToH. Trying to deny this wall, but it's not really going to happen. At least it shouldn't happen. 2 barracks up for Mr. Yo. He's actually going to go to Eagle Warriors. Walls through here. Feudal age for Mr. Yo. Let's check his resources. Yeah, this is just a straight Eagle Warrior rush. I don't know how effective that would be against scouts. I don't think that would be too effective. Oh, yeah, the spearmen, and there you go, I guess. walls are so ugly. Those are those are just normal stone walls. What? What's wrong with normal stone walls? Okay, still this little hole here, but the spearman will be protecting that. A lot of gold for Mr. Yo, of course. Cheated. Easier to wall here, but there's some jaguars. So nothing too interesting. Yucatan's a pretty defensive map most of the time. Because you get so much food at the start, because it's easy to wall. TaToH has some nice scouting information though, some nice map control. And just his economy at home. He knows he's under no threat. The market, apparently. TaToH's resources. Look at his food count. This is all because of that extra hunt he took as a civilization. So that's why you pick Mongols on Yucatan. But you should be able to click at the next age. I'm gonna click on that horse. Should be able to click up the next age right about now. Shio is about, I would say, 3 minutes away from clicking up to the next age.
Okay.
Food income is not the best. He's taking 3 sheep at a time. No farms yet. And no berries. Market gonna come up now. So TaToH will have a good advantage here. He can upgrade his scouts into... I don't know if he'd upgrade into light cavalry, but he could get some upgrades on them and later make knights. So Yo's gonna take a better look at TaToH's base. You can see that actually TaToH's taking a lot of stone, so he's gonna go for an early castle in Mangadai. Interesting decision. I don't know if I agree with that. I would think why not just go into maybe knights? Go into knights, just add some town centers real quick. Castle in this area would be very useful. I question if this could be very effective if TaToH has the map control though. Can maybe add a few knights. Wait, that gate's getting low. Don't open the gate though. He opened the gate. He opened the gate. Scouts are in. We'll be able to kill the villager. Everyone laughing now. Okay, only one villager down. That's not a catastrophe, but that was completely unnecessary. A lot of gold for Mr. Yo. And only getting the wood upgrade now, too. So TaToH definitely leading this game, in my opinion. Let's see where he's able to place his castle. And let's see where TaToH's stone count is. Got enough for a castle now. Gonna build it defensively. I mean, you can't really argue with that. But, with these checkpoints, might even be good to place it here. Mr. Yo is coming forward, but surely he must know that his opponent's building a castle, so I don't see what the point of that is. Not like you're gonna do a ram train through the gate and then through the castle and try to compete with Mangadai. We're gonna go with the monastery. Used by this play by Mr. Yo. And 2 town centers for Mr. Yo. Okay, so gonna try to go with a monk rush. Monks can be effective against Mangadai. Build a siege workshop, so really going all in on this. You're gonna have to add rams though to be able to take down the castle. Has Mr. Yo not seen the castle in the stone mine? I mean, at least seen the stone mine. And if it's a mangonel, it's just a completely wrong breed. Yeah, it's okay. So battering ram. No upgrades on the Mangadai, of course, yet. Hopefully Mr. Yo can pick up a few quick relics. where things get heated. Yeah, double mill looks pretty good next to each other, I must say. Town centers from both players. Now, Mega Knight, they get an attack bonus versus Rams, so Rams not going to stand up too long. A little bit of a pause. Oh, these scouts might get taken by the... Yeah, one's gonna go down. Okay, so for now the monk's able to defend from the Mangadai. That scout's gonna try to get lucky. Yeah, gonna get lucky. Hits him down. Or play by Mr. Yo. And not much else happening back at base. How in the world is Mr. Yo able to maintain 3 town center production without any farms? That makes no sense. Are you buying food? Where are the farms? I don't understand that at all. And what is the plan here? So we have a Mangonel, a Ram, against a town center, a tower, and a castle. Yeah, this makes no sense to me at all. The Buccaneers are about to be done on these Mangadai. We'll see if they are able to go after the monks. Okay, Mr. Yo, you want to start converting as soon as you can. Okay, Mr. Yo obviously was waiting for his horse collar upgrade to seed any farms. But all 3 town centers are now idle. So he's going to be falling a little bit behind in the village count, maybe 10 villagers down because of that. So this palisade gate is still on fire. There's basically no HP to it. There's no defenses in this area at all. Monks are notoriously slow. This whole forward is not doing anything. And surprise! Here's those Mangonite. This was a great decision from TaToH to move out instead of going straight into the monks. The Eagle Warriors are going to come back, but they're not very strong anymore. The Mangonite have okay upgrades now. Gonna get husbandry as well. Where are the Mangonite going to go? If you can get one just in this area. I mean, the Mangonite are already pretty devastating, but if you got them here, it'd just be wow. Gonna run to the town centers though. That's not nice. Bloodline's coming in, so maybe they can battle the Eagle Warriors better. This is already pretty devastating. No gold income for Mr. Yo. Town centers will probably still be idle in just a second here. No gate coming up. Eagle Warrior upgrade coming in at a good time, but I'm not sure if this is going to be enough. Those villagers might be dead. Accidentally hit the town center. Okay, might be enough Eagle Warriors to deal with these Mangonite. That could have been a little bit worse, but that was still pretty bad. It's open! What? Is it because it's a diagonal gate, or? That's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I don't know about that. Meanwhile, on the front, I'm not surprising that kind of failed, but why did you do that? I don't know. Okay, fervor coming in for monks. A lot of monk techs, but I see no monks on the field. On the map. Okay, there they go. That fervor tech is pretty useless. And it looks like this game might go to TaToH. TaToH might take the 3rd place in this Realms Mod tournament. And whatever cash prize is associated with it. Here, Mr. Yo, maybe go for a quick imp to try to get the Elite Eagle Warrior upgrade. Elite Eagle Warriors can be very effective against Mangadai. That's going to be a poor fight for Mr. Yo. Remember when Yo was good at 1v1s and would make these kind of plays. Yeah. Teach workshop. diagonal gates can't be fixed. I don't know why that is. I guess Mr. Yo's gonna try this push one more time with the Rams, but the economy is so bad that I'm not really able to sustain too much. Mega Knight gonna go in through a little palisade wall right there. Villager count somehow in Mr. Yo's favor, though. Very surprising.
But nay.
And ballistics coming in from TaToH. More upgrades coming in. TaToH's got to be close to going into the next age, right? Not too far. Got a lot of farms down. Okay, let's take a really hard look at where we're at this game. Villager numbers, 5 in the lead for Mr. Yo. It's not too bad. Although, keep in mind, TaToH probably has more resources. Go up to the next age. Military is much stronger for TaToH. He has that castle down as well. I mean, there's two things that concern me here. It's map control concerns me. Quality of army is what concerns me the most. Mega Knight are very strong. Could be countered later in the game by Eagle Warriors, but I don't know if we'll get there. And right now, TaToH taking the economy lead as well. Mr. Yo very late on Bowsaw. Main thing is really how do you deal with these Mega Knight Castle Age. TaToH's gonna sell some resources, go up to the next age right now. He can be ahead on the upgrades, then he really doesn't have to fear anything that Mr. Yo has to offer. Or as military is concerned. Mr. Yo could go up to the next age right now, though. I would wall that as quick as you could. Just wait until you get the, I guess, Elite Eagle Warrior upgrade.
But nay.
Where are you going? Are you gonna drop a castle? What are you doing? Another monastery, okay. Oh, why? Imperial Age coming in for both players at about the same time. 1 second difference. Why? You're gonna go full monks versus Mega Knight? Is that a thing? I didn't know that was a thing.
Jay?
Okay.
Gonna try something different, I guess. Oh, and an archery range, okay. For what, skirmishers? Diversity. With these choke points, maybe you try Onager. What I would have tried. They stonewall these gaps up. Alright, let's see. TaToH's certainly got a pretty straightforward path right here. He's just gonna go Elite Mega Knight and let them do their thing. Yeah, we're gonna get skirmishers. So, at least the skirmishers for the Aztecs are pretty good. They get extra range. They don't get the last armor upgrade, which kind of sucks when you have a unit that has so much attack. Kind of want to be able to negate some of that. Back at home, looking at the economy. Gio's kind of running out of gold. He'll have to transition over here. Gonna pick up another relic, though. I don't know, the production's just not there. How can you compete with this army with only 2 archery ranges? That castle might be downhill if Treb's set up. Rams are moving to the south, actually. Again, that army's really not that mobile. These Mega Knight and this numbers could get through any part of this wall, really. Yeah, Mongol Hussar will be a good addition, yeah. This army's gonna come out way too slow. You need army right now. I'm gonna go through the palisade and then the house. Surprisingly not, actually, huh? It's interesting. This is a nice little move from Mr. Yo, though. Mr. Yo is showing his opponent Eagle Warriors when clearly he's not investing into Eagle Warriors. I don't know how much of a difference it makes, but it's, you kind of want to misinform your opponent as much as possible. It might be something, because if you're going, say if you have, your opponent might think you have 20 Eagle Warriors in your base right now, so you're not going to move in because you might get trapped. Maybe that's why TaToH didn't go in, maybe not. Surprisingly, Mr. Yo is actually pushing in this situation. Gonna take out that castle. TaToH only has 2 castles. That's a nice castle. Gonna defend this trebuchet. We talked about this this area with these resources. I mean, currently, Mr. Yo has enough control of this area to really do some damage. TaToH does have a little bit of gold in the back, but he will need this gold later on. Take a look at TaToH's gold. Is he really hurting for gold? Not really. I mean, starting to chop out this gold. This gold will be accessible as soon as this tree goes down. But he's doing okay on gold for now. That castle's nice. It covers that choke point. And, decent amount of skirmishers. This army is just barely formidable enough to thwart off the Mangadine. I don't know, I like Mr. Yo's position now. I mean, this position's very nice. Army comp is okay. But I like Mr. Yo's position as long as he can defend from this raid. And these 2 rams make it even harder. Siege ram is coming in. Oh boy. Castle does go down though, so that's 1 castle only for TaToH. How do you defend from this raid though? With siege rams coming in, that siege ram upgrade is huge. Light cavalry could be coming in here too. 3 siege workshops here. This is where I would have liked to see the Eagle Warriors. With 2 siege workshops for Mr. Yo, or what's in the rams? Mega Mill? This is a big problem. This is a problem that Mr. Yo has to address. This is not nice. This will do some damage to TaToH in the future, but for the current moment, this is the bigger threat, as this is all of Mr. Yo's economy. So we have barracks coming up for Eagle Warriors, I assume. Skirmishers made their way over. We're missing that lateral upgrade. This is where that last 2 Pierce armor hurts, though. These are pretty weak. Especially if you can add a few light cavalry. No armor upgrades, though. How do you stop these rams? There's no way to stop the rams. I think they have drill now, too. Well, that's the biggest problem for TaToH. I think this is it. I think there's no way to stop this push. Let's push here. Oh, gonna lose all the trebuchets. Maybe. They're gonna run back. Here's the first armor upgrade that'll make these cavalry much more beefy. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the push. There we go. Nice play from TaToH to push at his own base instead of you know, going headlong into this position here. But it was a nice position for Mr. Yo. I wish that Mr. Yo would have invested in the Eagle Warriors much earlier. Skirmishers was not the best decision in my opinion. But he certainly had a good go at it. So that's it. TaToH's going to take the 3rd place. Mr. Yo's going to take 4th place, and whatever cash prize is associated with that. This is the Realms mod. I'll be casting the finals, hopefully if I'm around, which will be TaToH versus Back T. Perhaps I'll be doing some record games from this tournament, since you guys seem to really like it, as we've had really good viewer numbers today. Although quite a few of you have gone to the TaToH versus Viper Best of 21, which I'll be hosting soon. And thanks everyone for joining me today. I'll be back Sunday around this time. Sunday morning for me. Midday for you if you're in Europe. And thanks, I've been Nobody. We'll see you soon. And also, do a little nice donation to Death Counter if you could. $1 would be very helpful. Just if a lot of people donate $1. So if you'd like to see more of these tournaments are donation run, so go ahead and do that. Thank you. And I'm going to be hosting someone. Do you guys want me to host, whoever gets the most votes I can host? Do you want me to host T90 or the Viper? I suppose T90 because he's a caster. And there's also Mem also. So Mem is going to be doing King of the, a lot of casters actually, and Nilly too. King of the Desert 2, which was half sponsored by Microsoft, which is very cool. Stout. Okay, I'll host. Okay, 2 votes for Doubt, 1 vote for Mem. 3 votes for Doubt. Googly official saying Mem. I can host Mem. I think it's good. I think it's good because it's that is a big event in the community, and I'm very happy that you know, he got sponsored by Microsoft. That's pretty big for him. I'll host the others another time. I know I'd like to host Doubt as well. You guys can go see whoever you like. There are plenty. Thanks, everyone. See you soon.